dude, Jake wants you to be a co-host. I go, what the?
We go. It is football time. It's just 0 week, so we get a little preseason action here. Some games that don't necessarily count for a whole lot, but Wyatt Barijka, it is football time. We get real games this weekend.
Finally. I mean, I feel like I said that last week, but we finally got every Fremont County teams in action this week, and that's a big thing to see.
Yeah, it's really fun to get back to live game action. I went and watched Riverton's inter-squad scrimmage last week, which was great, and I know they were excited to get after one another, but to be able to hit somebody else, somebody in a different uniform for the first time is always a big thing. Glad you're with us on the podcast and on KOVE. I'm Jared Anderson. That is Wyatt Barijka, our County 10 sports guy and the voice of the Lander Tigers. I get the opportunity to call the Riverton Wolverines this year, and we're looking forward to 0 week football coming up. We'll break all of that down for you, but it's a busy weekend, not only in football, but for high school sports, back to school week. We've got some golf and volleyball and swimming and cross country all happening here, and it feels like we wait, and then all of a sudden everything's here.
Yep, you gotta have golf, and then it kind of sets the pace, and then it's just boom. Like, there's volleyball invite here in Lander and Wyoming Indian High School. There's game in Riverton. There's some jamborees happening. There's the Bruce Gressley Pentathlon, the Lander Relays for swim. I mean, there's just so much going on this week.
Definitely is. Our guest on the podcast coming up, by the way, in a little bit is Patrick Schmidt from Wyoming-football.com. If you're a big Wyoming sports fan, you definitely know that website because it's a wealth of information, and I know that everybody in sports media uses that to help them, but also I think a lot of fans hop on there just to get stats and to see history, and it's been a project that Patrick said has taken him almost 2 decades now to tally up all of this information, all of these archived stats and games, and it's just a great resource, and we're excited to see what Patrick has to say.
Yeah, big shout out to him. I mean, I used it for all of the scores and history. I mean, like you were mentioning, I mean, he's just great at what he does. I know he's kind of doing some things now, and it's kind of not doing as much for the website, but he's still contributing to a lot of Wyoming football and the high school in particular.
Yeah, there's a few guys around the state that are just encyclopedias of Wyoming high school football knowledge, and we're going to hopefully bring some of them on throughout the course of this show as we get you squared away for some Friday previews. But Patrick is first up here, and he'll give us some thoughts on the upcoming season, including, of course, what he thinks about our Fremont County teams. Riverton is hosting the Powell Panthers Friday evening. That is a 6 p.m. kickoff 0 week game, and that's a rematch of last year's 0 week game in which Powell hosted Riverton, and things went really well for Powell.
Yeah, they kind of have a class this year, at least in my eyes, that I think they got to win something in a sport. It could be baseball like they did, but I think high school wise, this is a class that I can see them winning a state championship in. But, you know, Jared, Riverton's a new team. I mean, new coach, new system, new ways of going at things, and you don't know what you're going to get. Again, this feels like a brand new team that's just hit Wyoming high school football.
Some of the things I took away from watching the scrimmage last week from Riverton, we'll get on to this a little bit more here, and especially as we get into the Riverton broadcast side of things on Friday evening, but the intensity was off the charts with the new coaching staff. They are very detail-oriented. They like things a certain way, and I'm not sure if it was sort of the inexperience between the new coaching staff and some of the younger players, but there were a lot of mistakes, and that just happens in scrimmages. It happens in the first few weeks of the season, but there's a lot of things to clean up for Riverton. But I will say, I don't know if I've seen quite the intensity, the ambition around this program in a long time, so that was refreshing to see. Like you said, with Powell, they've got a lot of returners and a lot of key contributors. And I know when we look at 3A, it's Cody and Star Valley, and you've got a few other teams that are in the mix, maybe a Douglas or a Jackson that we talk about. But man, that Powell team, I think, could surprise some people. So even though it's only 0 week and it doesn't necessarily count for the record, I do think Riverton has an uphill battle with this Panthers squad.
Well, take a look at what you guys start with. Number 4, Powell. Number 2, Cody. Evanston, and then you got number 1 Star Valley. So you're playing 3 out of 4 teams that are ranked right off the bat. And Evanston got votes in the preseason polls as well. They actually got some few 5th place votes, but their name's out there now.
Let's talk about your game, Wyatt Barijka. You're gearing up for the trip to Cody, which is an interesting one for you personally. You're a Cody High School alumni. Cody has had a great program in many different sports. They've had great athletic success here recently, and that certainly has carried over to the football field. It's going to be a tough one for the Lander Tigers.
Yep, Cody, number 2 in the rankings. You know, they don't have as many seniors. They have over 100-plus kids, though, in the program after chatting with Matt McFadden, who's the head coach there. But, you know, they got a quarterback who played at the state championship, actually started it in replace of Luke Talich. So, I mean, this team is very experienced. They're going to have the same intensity as they do every game, and they're not going to be any different than they have been the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, it's bad news for everybody that's going to play Cody. I was going to mention Luke Talich is not there anymore. Do we know, have we followed his career path at all? Walked on to Notre Dame, correct?
Yeah, he's walked on and, you know, getting a little bit of hype already as he's a walk-on and playing safety.
Fun to see that, but you quickly reminded me that the quarterback that will suit and start this year has some experience playing last year too, so it wasn't 100% the Luke Talich show.
Well, his start came at the state championship game, so tell you how ready he's probably going to be in. You know, it'll be interesting to see how Cody does. I mean, again, like I said, they're not going to change anything different. It's just going to be new player, same system.
What do you expect from Lander this season? Jim Burton takes over. You had some key contributors that left the program last year. What are the expectations out of Tiger Camp?
You know, I'm excited to see what the Tigers do. Their offense, like I said, I've been kind of hinting at it, and we're going to see it tonight. It's going to be just how are they going to run plays out of that formation, double wing offense appears what it's going to look like. So I gave it away right there. But, you know, they got talent. They got backs. Caden Rowan, somebody I'm looking out for, as Bodie Moffitt's going to take the quarterback snaps at least for right now to start the season and probably throughout the rest of the season, as he's been kind of under Brennan the last couple of seasons. But, you know, I'm curious to see how the defense and offense, just how many players are playing both sides of the ball to start the season.
You mentioned the double wing offense, which might be advantageous for a team that has, with full due credit, lower expectations than a Cody or a Star Valley. But that double wing offense, you grind out some first downs, all of a sudden you take away opposing possessions, and you may be able to slug out a 14-13 kind of game against some of these teams.
And maybe that's what Landers, I think, expected maybe to do. I don't know if that's the idea. I got to talk with Jim Burton about kind of the philosophy and the reasoning behind it. But, that is what double wing is grind the clock, take away possessions, make things difficult. And, and this might be advantageous for Lander with an offense like Cody, who is just gun and go. Like, I mean, they do not stop. They do not sub out quite often, so I mean they're just going, so that might be advantageous for week 0, and that's a good test too, I think, for Lander week 1. See what you guys are before going into the full season.
Elsewhere in Fremont County, 1A 9-man teams are always exciting to watch out for, and we've got, of course, 6-man represented with the DuBois Rams, and they've got some 0-week activities they're involved in.
Yep, they're going to be hosting a jamboree today, as they are hosting Farson Eden. I believe they're also hosting in Cam. I'm trying to make sure I get the correct opponents, to say the least. But they're going to be hosting Burlington as well. And so they're going to see a couple of opponents they're going to be facing this year right off the bat in week 0.
It's fun to see high school football starting back up here. And, of course, Wyatt's got Lander and Cody. You can watch that game on County 10's YouTube channel. Subscribe to that so we notify you when we are live all season long. I've got Riverton and the Powell Panthers tonight from Wolverine Field. You can watch that on County 10's YouTube. You can listen to Riverton all season long on 105.1 Jack FM. You can listen to Lander all season long on KOVE 1330 AM 107.7 FM. All right, when we come back, we will be joined by Wyoming-football.com owner, contributor, and Wyoming football encyclopedia himself, Patrick Schmidt, will join us in moments. This is the County 10 Sports Podcast. County10.com has been and continues to be Fremont County's trusted source for digital news content. From crime and court reporting to local events and community fundraisers, County 10 strives to connect the Fremont County community. We've also renewed our focus on covering local sports. Catch every Riverton High School and Lander Valley High School game, as well as other select Fremont County games, streaming in high-definition video all season long at County10.com. County 10, community connected. All right, it is the County 10 Sports Podcast, KOVE. I'm Jared Anderson, joined by Wyatt Barijka, and we welcome our good friend Patrick Schmidt from Wyoming-football.com. He joins us via telephone. Patrick, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. It's good to have you here. I know just about everybody in the state that follows Wyoming high school football knows you and Wyoming-football.com, but if you don't mind, give us your story real quick. How'd you get so involved with Wyoming high school sports, and what is Wyoming-football?
Well, I grew up in Wyoming and played football poorly for Midwest High School and got really into the history of my school. And then, I thought if anybody ever had the time to really break down the history of every high school program in the state, that would be really cool. And, well, I ended up with that time, and now I have more than 20,000 games logged from 1894 all the way up through last season for every program in the state. And it's I think, a pretty cool resource for people who want to know a little bit more about the history of the sport in the state.
Yeah, I use that a lot, Patrick, and we can't thank you enough for doing that. But, Patrick, maybe what has been the feedback from around the state or communities within the state of Wyoming that you do this for them?
I think the initial reaction is disbelief. Why would anyone do this? But for me, it's always been about answering those questions I could never answer myself. And like one of the things that was fun for me was when I was in high school, we beat Hewlett, and we hadn't beaten Hewlett in a long time, and nobody could seem to answer the question, well, when was the last time that happened? And so the reaction I get from a lot of people is, hey, I had this question I couldn't answer. I went to your site and I found it out, and I appreciate that somebody went and did that so I didn't have to go do all that research myself.
As a broadcaster, I know we certainly thank you because we use it nonstop for prep. So appreciate all that work. We do want to talk about the upcoming season, but one more plug for you. I know this was a couple of years ago, but you wrote a book called A Century of Fridays. Is that correct? And what was the inspiration for that book, and how can we get our hands on it?
So the inspiration for the book was mostly just being able to, take what I'm doing on the web and put it in a different place and give people a little bit more and a little bit different way of thinking about things and different way of looking at the work that I've done. And that's where the book came from. And the second edition came out a couple years ago. And if you go to Wyoming-football.com, there's a link right up there at the top of the menu to order the book. And I think it's a pretty cool resource, and I've had a lot of fun with putting it together and doing the research, obviously, but also, trying to find different ways to be able to share what I've learned is a big challenge, and that's kind of the inspiration behind the book.
Definitely. All right, Patrick, you're chatting with a couple of Fremont County guys. I'll get the Riverton Wolverine broadcasts this year. Wyatt will get the Lander Tiger broadcast this year. And, of course, we're in an area with some football talent like Shoshone and Wind River and DuBois. Just kind of curious what your expectations for Fremont County football this season as a whole are.
So I think that Fremont County has definitely got some programs who have seen a lot of success, and the one that jumps out the last couple of years is Shoshone. Just with the run that they've been able to go on, it's been really cool to see them be able to establish a little bit of tradition there. It's been really neat to see, and then Riverton and Lander have always kind of been competitive. And I'm curious to see how that turns into, maybe a little bit more success this year. We'll see how that goes. And then I think the other program that's been, two other programs have been really, really fun to watch, been Wind River and DuBois. And DuBois has obviously had lots of success over the years, and they're going to be a fun program to watch this year. And then Wind River, had a lot of seniors last year, but is going to have two good classes in a row, I think. And if there's going to be a team that comes out of Fremont County as a true threat for state championship, it's probably going to be one of those two, either Wind River or DuBois.
Yeah, you mentioned in your 1A 9-man preview, it was basically like a purge of senior graduates with multiple classes, leaving because of graduation. Just kind of, how do you kind of tell what classes are leaving, kind of what that upcoming class is going to look like and how they have survived, as you put it, the purge?
Well, and especially with 1A 9-man this year, going into last year, going into the 2022 season, I mean, everyone understood that there was just a huge wealth of talent everywhere. The team that won state was going to definitely have earned it. And I remember, if you put Shoshone's team last year into this year's mix, they're the automatic favorites, and there probably wouldn't be anyone close to them. But that was last year, and there was just a really good group last year across the state in several different schools. And this year, it's not the same. There's not as many returning all-state players. It's significantly lower this year in 9-man than the number of returning all-state players. But I think that creates opportunities for teams to sneak in and surprise. And those seasons are always fun. We kind of knew what to expect last year. We knew the teams who were going to be good, and we knew the teams who were going to struggle a little bit. This year, I think because of that purge of talent, I guess if you want to call it, it's a little less certain, and that makes it almost more fun, because you're not quite sure what to expect every week, and you're not quite sure the teams that are going to rise to the top. And I mean, you might have an idea who you might think might do that, but this is the year of surprises, and this is the year that you never know what you're going to be able to get out of 9-man this year. That's going to be part of the fun.
Kind of stepping away from Fremont County just a moment, you talked about surprises, and I think last year, and I think Jared can kind of agree with me, I think Big Piney in 1A 9-man surprised a lot of people and actually surprised Shoshone and Wind River as far as competitive games go. Just kind of, since they have now kind of surprised people, is it got to be kind of teams they get to know who Big Piney is now, and it's going to be a little bit different for this year?
Yeah, and I think Big Piney was one of those teams that, I mean, obviously they played 2A for several years, and then when they moved down to 9-man, they were in kind of a younger phase. They had a lot of juniors last year, and we weren't quite sure how they would stack up against those senior classes of, Shoshone and Wind River and Rocky Mountain and all those programs that had those big senior classes last year. Well, they stacked up pretty well, and that makes them one of the early favorites this year. Is in the West, it's going to be probably Big Piney and Wind River, who have the most experienced groups coming in, and I think Big Piney's. I had them. I believe I had them winning the West Conference. That was tentatively where I had them slated, with Wind River and Shoshone right there in the mix, I think. But I think Big Piney was one of those teams that we figured would probably be mid-tier, and then they proved that they were a little bit ahead of that pace, and that's going to be a good sign for them coming into this year, because they're one of the few programs who actually has a bunch of guys back.
Patrick Schmidt, again, our guest from Wyoming-football.com. All right, let's go statewide. Regardless of class, is there a story that you're most looking forward to watching this year? Is there maybe a competitive classification or one storyline that you're really intrigued by?
Right off the top of my head, I think one of the most interesting things to me is when we look at 3A and all of the coaching changes that have happened in 3A. And I'm not just saying this just because, Lander and Riverton have new coaches, but I'm actually genuinely intrigued by all of the shifting that's gone on in 3A this year. And the challenge in 3A has always been who's going to challenge Cody, who's going to challenge Star Valley, who's going to break through that run of championships that those two schools have been able to put together. And when a new coach comes in, there's always kind of that opportunity for a reset, fresh look, fresh opportunities. And I think Lander and Riverton, as well as Evanston, have been places where we've seen success before and could see success again. And it's just kind of stalled out for whatever reason. And I think it's going to be interesting to watch those particularly those three programs and what they do this year, Lander, Riverton, and then Evanston, as well as Green River getting a new coach. Those are all places where success has been it hasn't not been in short supply, and it's maybe not this year, but maybe within the next few years we're going to be able to see some cool things, and it's going to be fun to kind of watch the genesis of maybe some of that growth this year. So I'm really curious to see how that all breaks down.
See if I can hit you with another tough statewide question. It can be any class. Is there kind of a dark horse team that you're looking forward to? Maybe a team that you think is sneaky good that might not have had a lot of preseason expectations?
One of the teams that I think is going to be real interesting, and I had this conversation with their coach, is Tongue River. Tongue River is going to be one of those schools that is better than people think. And when I was talking with their coach, he was just like, I don't think people realize how good we really are. And I actually I put them up winning the East Conference and in 2A this year. And I think they're going to be a fun team to watch because they're going to be experienced. They've got talent and they've got, I think, a little bit of momentum and maybe a little bit of chip on their shoulder. They were a team that had a home playoff game last year and couldn't capitalize on it. Didn't leave the first round. So I think it's one of those situations where people are going to overlook them because of that, and that could be dangerous. I think Tongue River is one of those teams that could be standing at the end of they're standing at the top of the podium by the end of it all, just because they're going to come in kind of as a dark horse, and I think that's going to be really cool to watch unfold this year.
We're kind of jumping around a little bit, but I want to go back to 3A football, and particularly in the 3A East. Patrick, from my eyes, just because I kind of focus on football a lot as far as like the 3A aspect, but in the East, it seems like there's Douglas and Buffalo. Those are kind of two guaranteed spots, but I think there's three teams that are basically going to be fighting for those spots, and I say Lander, Riverton, and Worland this year. Talk about maybe how those three teams in particular, are going to make things interesting as far as, Worland plays Lander week 7, Riverton and Worland play week 8, and that could be potentially who gets into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the case going into this year, where Douglas and Buffalo have kind of separated themselves as the favorites in the conference, and maybe Douglas with a slight edge on Buffalo. But after that, it really is going to be a challenge. And I think that in a year like this, I always try to give the edge to, and I hate to phrase it this way, but not the first-year coaches, just because and that's why I had Worland third out of that group. was just because there's going to be a little bit more stability, a little less, relearning of systems. But at the same time, as you mentioned, Orland is going to see Riverton and Lander in the last 2 weeks of the season, and Riverton and Lander will be fine by then. They'll have the systems down. They'll have those lessons learned. And so, I always try to give a little bit of edge to the programs that aren't learning, but at the same time, they're going to be fine by week 7 and week 8. They're not going to be learning anymore. They're going to be executing. But I think Warland, Riverton, Lander is going to be a real challenge. And I think, it's also, and I'm guilty of this as much as anyone, but it's really easy to overlook Rollins. And I think that Rollins is going to be an improved program too. And I think that they almost jumped up and bit Riverton last year. And I think that that's going to be a team that I still have them last in the preseason rankings, but they're not going to be a pushover necessarily. And I think that that's something that is welcome. And I think that that's going to be a good thing moving forward.
Is there an athlete this year? I know there's a lot of individual names to watch for on every single squad, but is there an athlete statewide that you're most excited to see?
Right now, I think the guy who sticks out, and I should say 2 guys who really stick out, are both in the backfield in Cheyenne East, and that's Drew Jackson, and Cam Hayes. And they're, Drew is the running back, and he just piles up the yards everywhere. And really interesting, really dynamic player. And then Cam Hayes is the quarterback, and could be one of the best quarterbacks in the state that we've seen in a long time. And I when I looked at 4A in particular, I looked at that pair, and I'm like, is there a defense that can stop that pair? And I'm not sure that there is. And I think that that's going to be, a pretty dynamic offense. And I'm curious to see how the defenses try to adjust to stop those 2 guys, because if I were a defensive coordinator against Cheyenne East this year, I'm already bald, but I would lose whatever hair I have. That's going to be a challenge.
All right, Patrick, we know you're busy, so we're going to wrap things up here, but we'll be keeping an eye on Wyoming-football.com all season long. Last question for you. What do you need from us as Wyoming football fans? Is there any way we can help with that website and your projects going forward?
Yeah, there's a whole section. If you go up to Wyoming-football.com and there's an area that just says more. There's an area that says you can help. And there's all kinds of research that I'm still doing, and still all kinds of help that I would love to have. So particularly with game results that I haven't been able to find, or coach names that I haven't been able to track down yet, those are huge pieces of missing research that are still out there. And if anyone wants to help with that effort, I am game for it. I know there's things just sitting in yearbooks, sitting in libraries that I just haven't been able to find yet or get to yet. So those are definitely out there, and I would love any help that people can toss my way. And this has been a project that's been I've been working on this officially now for, I believe, 19 years now. And there's still things I haven't found. So there's always going to be the next thing to find, and any help that people want to toss my way is definitely appreciated. And then follow along on Facebook and Twitter. We're pretty easy to find there. Just join the ride and be a part of what we're doing there as well.
All right. Well, we really appreciate all your hard work, and thanks for taking some time to join us this morning. Looking forward to a great football season, and hopefully we get the chance to bug you again here shortly, Patrick.
Hey, sounds great. Thanks again for having me.
Patrick Schmidt, again from Wyoming-football.com. We appreciate him joining the show. And Wyatt, we mentioned it in the front of the show, but it's just great to see high school football ready to start up again here. And we're both anticipating our games this evening. You've got a road trip, but again, you can catch Lander at Cody at 7 o'clock. Riverton takes on Powell at 6. It's obviously going to be tough to have Lander come up on the correct side of the scoreboard. It's going to be tough for anybody going against Cody. What kind of things can they do for you to consider it a success tonight?
Just play Lander football. I think that's all you can do. This is a learning experience for the coaching staff because of a new head coach, the players with a new system. Just get through the game. How can you attack the offense? How can you attack the defensive side? I think if they just play their football and have those practices pay off, I think that's a win tonight.
Definitely. All right. You're home for Lander Tiger football all season. Of course, it's KOVE, County 10's YouTube channel, Riverton Wolverine football on Jack FM, and here on County 10's YouTube channel as well. The Porter's tailgate shows get started about half an hour before each kickoff, and you can look forward to this County 10 sports podcast coming out every Friday. You can listen at your leisure, or we will have it as the pre-game show, if that makes sense, on our video streams too. But looking forward to doing these all year long.
Yeah, a lot of ways to tune in, and make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast and our YouTube channel, as well as follow us on Facebook. That way you guys are always notified when something sports related is out, if you're only a sports fan.
We'll have the coverage for you Friday nights, and of course recaps at county10.com as well. Our thanks to Patrick Schmidt from Wyoming-football.com. Go check that website out if you haven't in a while. It's just fun to sort through and see all kinds of great information and history. And we'll be back next Friday for more of the County 10 Sports Podcast.
It's time for Lander Valley Tiger football on County 10.
Let's go!
Today's matchup features the Lander Valley Tigers battling the Cody Bronx in Park County. Coming up, the Porter's Tailgate Show live on YouTube and KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM. We'll preview today's game, catch up with LPHS Athletics, and a pregame interview with Coach Jim Burton. Now, let's go to Spike Vanoy Field in Cody, Wyoming. Here's the voice of the Tigers, Wyatt Barichka.
And a good evening from Spike Vanoy Stadium in Park County, Cody, Wyoming, as we get set for Week 0 football between the runner-ups of last year's 3A state title game, the Cody Bronx, and your Lander Valley Tigers. For the first time this season, both teams will face off against someone besides themselves. Again, Week 0 contest. I'm Wyatt Barichka, bringing you Lander Tiger football all season long on the County 10 Sports Network. That includes YouTube, Facebook, radio station KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM, as we are getting set for the Porter's Tailgate Show, brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply, as they are a proud sponsor. If we can get our stuff going this Week 0, because we can get all of our kinks and things set here. So again, the Porter's Tailgate Show brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply. They are in Riverton, as they have a proud sponsor of Fremont County Athletics this season. It's your one-stop for grills, spas, stoves, and pellets and more. Porter's is a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. To tell you how long ago it's been since these two teams have clashed, you have to go all the way to 2016, where the Lander Tigers hosted the Cody Bronx, and that was a final 49-0, excuse me. Lander's last win doesn't come in from until 2005. Lander won that contest 52-0 in Lander. If you want to talk about the last road win for the Tigers against the Bronx, you have to go to 1993, where Lander would win with a final of 28-13. That was the final week of the regular season. For these two teams, it will be the 72nd time prior to this Week 0 scrimmage. It's the first time again since 2016. Cody leads the series all time, 52-17, and 3 ties on the year. So the Lander Tigers having a new head coach. It's Jim Burton, who comes from Evanston, who's going to bring a option-style offense to this football team. And again, this Tigers team going to got to get used to things. You know, a new team, a new system. The fortunate thing for Lander is most of the coaching staff from John Scott's time is here for Jim Burton. So that's kind of a nice thing to have if you're the Tigers. The Cody Bronx, head coach by Matt McFadden, who has had himself a history here for the Cody Bronx, as Cody has won 4 state titles out of the last 9, I believe. They are one of 2 teams if you include Star Valley into that conversation. Again, coming up during this Porter's Tailgate show is we're having all sorts of issues coming up on our stream. We're doing our best to keep things going here on the Sports Network. Again, we're live on video for our 2nd season on YouTube and Facebook. If you search up County 10 on the Facebook or YouTube websites, you can find us right there. You can catch that video coverage as well. We can't thank you enough. I got to give a big shout out to my sister Haley, who is helping with the camera work tonight. She is going to be helping us make sure everything stays in the action. So, talk about the Lander Tigers last season, 5-4. They finished 3rd in the 3A East after a tough loss to Douglas. That loss sent them to Star Valley, where they would fall in the 3A state quarterfinals. And again, this team losing quite a few seniors. You got to think Brendan Stauffenberg is not on the team this year. Jack Pasquinelli, Matisse Weaver, Gabe Harris, those 2 playing football at the college level. Congratulations to those guys and all of the seniors who are moving on to college and whatever their new endeavors are this year. And also, Lander Valley Athletics getting underway. Volleyball played earlier today against Powell and unfortunately fell in 4 sets, 3 sets to 1. As more action, we're providing those score updates as the night goes on, and hopefully we find out more information. Golf will be off this weekend. They had their Terryburg invite, and that's where Lander boys, we get a team win. We'll tell you more about that on the Tiger weekend, and also our pregame interview as well. For the Cody Bronx, they won 26 games in a row before losing to Star Valley in the championship game. Matt McFadden's going to have his 3rd season of over 100 players on the team as well. And it's been to the last 3 state title games. They won both against Jackson. And again, their first season where they had a loss in a couple of years, 11-1 record as well. So with that, we're going to step aside. Tiger Weekend coming up, where we caught up with volleyball and golf. You're tuned in to Lander Valley football right here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police. But if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Get ready to explore Wyoming's stunning parks at Fremont Motors during the Open Road Sales Event. We're giving away a complimentary Wyoming State Parks pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come backed by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the Open Road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton or shop online anytime at FremontMotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
Did you see Allison at lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison.
Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro?
You're the one who needs help.
If you're looking for an upgrade to your vehicle,
The first Tiger weekend of the 2023-24 high school sports season takes us to golf, where Lander hosted their Terryburg Invite. The Tigers were able to get a team win at the Invite, and it was their third one of the season. Head coach of the golf team, Michael Watson, talks about the team win for Lander and the Terryburg Invite in general.
Yeah, it's nice for us this week to get all our kids in to play. We have 18 kids out total, so all 18 get to play. And for the boys too, like they're starting to show up a little more. We finally had 4 boys in the 70s. That was kind of cool. It's kind of, we know we have to do that to compete right for first through third at state, and with Riverton, Wheatland, and even Evanston. So to play well, you're going to have 4 scores in the 70s, I think, and to maybe place, and you could still have 4 scores in the 70s and still take third, or maybe not even place with the talent that's out there this year. So that'll be good. But they're starting to games coming around and a couple little things to fine tune, but still trying to hopefully our best is later on in the season.
Riley Stout of LVHS won the individual title for the boys and earned a 1-stroke victory over second place. He said he had to scramble to get the win.
Came out Monday, and I'm not hitting the ball great, but for me to be able to come out and scramble and shoot a 75 put me in first place, and then ended up getting sick Monday night and came out Tuesday and just scrambled once again and came out on top by 1 stroke, but you just got to stay on the grind and keep playing hard.
Keegan Watson was the leading lead Tiger, as she said after a tough day 1, she changed the focus to perform better on day 2.
I started out with a 107. My head wasn't really in it. The 6 inches in between my ears got the best of me, but the second day we just kind of refocused and thought a little bit more about what we were doing, and obviously that day went a little bit better.
For the Tigers, they have won every team title so far this season. Although the Tigers owned the team title in the conference a season ago, they finished 4th at state. But coach is looking to work on parts of the game before the end of the season.
Right now, it's all about putting and avoiding 3 putts. Something that we can control is just thinking a little bit and not always having to make the 25-footer. It's like, let's get it within 2 or 3 feet, 2 feet at least, and then hopefully we can make those. And those add up. Is that even with the boys, we've talked about it, is if you have 4 3-putts, and that's one of them, and the other one has 2 or 3, it's like we limit those, all of a sudden our score goes down really low. We don't need to make more birdies, we just need to make less 3-putts.
South says as a team, their goal is to win the state title, but also wanted to show a strong individual game at the end of the year.
As a team, I'm hoping to take conference and hoping to take state. And individually, I want to be all-state, all-conference, and just have a good rest of the season.
The same mindset is with Keegan Watson, a strong team performance along with a strong individual performance.
For girls, I'm just hoping we have some newer people this year, and I'm just hoping we all go out and nobody gets too scared. We all have a good time, and we have enough girls to at least place at state this year, which is nice. For personal goals, my goal is at least top 10 for conference and state. I was conference last year and just was a little bit shy of state, so we're hoping to kind of get back in the running.
Lander Golf will be back in action next Thursday and Friday, where they'll compete in Buffalo. The town of Lander will be having a busy weekend with a lot of high school athletics taking place. One of those events will be the Lander Invite for volleyball. The Lady Tigers will be led by new head coach Stacy McFadden. She talks about what it will be like to get the season going.
Pretty good. We've been in the gym for a little less than 2 weeks, and the girls are working hard. The energy in the gym feels really good. I think lots of positive attitudes, and we're improving each day. So I feel really good.
Senior Avery Crane is in her last year of high school volleyball. While wanting to improve, she just wants to have fun this season.
I'm hoping to just make improvements with myself and also just have a lot of fun going out and just enjoy my season.
Senior Isabel Burt talks about the team and how connected the team is for the first couple of weeks of practice.
So far, it's been extremely positive, and we've done a lot of hard work. We've done lots of conditioning and running, but also just lots of fundamentals. And the team is really good at sticking together and being positive, and our coaches are super amazing as well.
Aislinn Donahue, senior LVHS, believe the team is going to surprise folks this season.
Honestly, we have such good team chemistry this year, and we have so much positivity, and I'm just excited to show people what we can do, because I don't think people are expecting how good we're going to be this year.
The Lady Tigers had matches today and more matches tomorrow. It will be in the auxiliary gym. Check out the volleyball scoreboard for the game times and final scores. The other local events that will be relays today for Lander Swimming. The Lady Tigers, who won the 2022 Class 3A state championship, will also host the Bruce Gressley Pentathlon tomorrow. The event will take place at 10 a.m. Lander Cross Country competed at the Bear Trap Invitational on Casper Mountain today. Results will be reported at county10.com. This has been your Tiger Weekend on the County 10 Sports Network. When we come back, we'll have our pregame interview with new head football coach Jim Burton. This is Lander Tigers football on the County 10 Sports Network.
Great needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Road and more. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
Redden, Kane and Associates. CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherland's for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
It's time for the pregame interview with head coach Jim Burton. Here's Wyatt Burridge.
Bronx and just kind of what their game plan is and what's your game plan in order to come out with a win, hopefully.
Cody, traditionally, we know him. We've been around quite a bit. I've played him obviously 4 times. We're still looking for that W, right? But the big thing here is they are a traditionally successful program. They're in the state championship or winning the state championship. I don't know what it is for the last 5 years, it's ridiculous numbers that they in Star Valley are putting up as far as championships go. But that is just a big measuring stick for us, right? We're going to go up against them, and hopefully we're going to be competitive, and we're going to steal a W from them.
Coach, it is week 0. It is a week 0 contest. You're also playing it as like it's an official game. What is maybe the goals that you hope to accomplish just in this first week before you get into week 1?
The goals really are to get, our personnel and our staff and make sure everybody's in the position they need to be. Do we need to move people? The depth chart, making sure people are getting quality live reps. Bless our scout team for giving us reps all of these 2 weeks, but it's just not the same, and getting those kids those live reps is going to really help us measure where they are, where we are as a team.
Coach, I say goals, but also I want to get into one maybe particular thing, an X factor, a difference maker. Ultimately, this is kind of a two-parter. A, what's going to help you guys prevail against Cody, but B, what is it going to take to get to the playoffs this season?
We're going to have to the factor to beat Cody, we're going to have to be disciplined. We're going to have to run our stuff. We're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to take what Cody gives us. And that really for the season, if we're successful, is because we did those things. We've got some fast kids. We got some big kids. We're not near as deep as some of the top teams in the state and even in the conference. Just the numbers just aren't there. But I think, our good kids against their good kids, we can beat anybody. But again, it comes right down to that depth and how deep are we really.
Awesome, Coach. I appreciate your time. I'll look forward to talking to you after the game.
Thanks. Go Tigers.
This has been the pregame interview with Jim Burton. Coming up, starting lineups and the opening kickoff here on the County 10 Sports Network.
The national anthem. And big thanks. We apologize for the first part of that pregame interview. We had some technical difficulties, but hopefully you guys were able to tune into the rest of that pregame interview with Jim Burton. A big thanks to him. This has been the Porter's Tailgate Show, brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply, as we are getting set here as the Lander Tigers will battle the Cody Bronx in a Week 0 football contest. This kind of came about a little bit differently, as originally Lander was going to play Mountain View. Cody was going to play Douglas in scrimmages. Douglas decided not to play Cody. Lander's like, let's take him on, and Jim Burton was like, let's make this a game. So that is what the case is going to be. It is a game type feel for this one, and now it just, how do you get yourselves ready? What are you guys looking like heading into the first week where Lander will battle Green River at home, as we have the Cody Bronx, and we'll see here in just a moment, and get a shot of that. Cody Bronx going out of their little tunnel right there. They're rushing onto the field. Lander, under John Scott, really didn't like the introduction stuff. He didn't elect to go for it. So you see Cody doing it, but Lander standing on the sidelines. They get set for Week 0 football here. And let's take a look at the starting lineups as well for the Lander Tigers. We don't know. I'm not sure who. We're going to get the coin toss here in just a minute, so we'll find out who gets the coin toss first, and then we will get you the starting lineup here. As again, big thanks to all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We will give them shout-outs throughout the entire game in this broadcast. Also, this is a new field as well. This is the second year that Cody has had this field. This year, the old iteration didn't have end zone design, a logo in the middle, as we are watching the coin toss right now, and we'll see who gets the opening kick and whatnot. Here is the Crowd is starting to pack up. You got some Lander fans on the other side of Spike Vanoy Stadium. Is still awaiting the coin toss here. One player or two we'll talk about in this broadcast who comes from Riverton. We'll talk to him. We'll talk about him later on. We'll talk about this team just a little bit throughout this broadcast today, as you're seeing some seniors there for the Tigers going to do the coin toss. You see the white hat official just kind of talking over things. Again, this is the first time these two teams have seen somebody other than themselves, and it will be a good test for Lander, too. Where are they at against a team like Cody, who is the runner-ups last year, who's been to multiple state titles in recent history, as it will be... Looks like the coin toss has been won by... I believe it was Lander who won it. The white hat is... As the Tigers did win the toss, elected to defer into the second half. So let's take a look at the defensive starters for Lander. It is a 4-4 defense for the Tigers. It will be on the D line. Tristan Osborne, Gavin Romer, Caleb Hamilton, and Braden Johnson Baker. At the quarters will be Bodie Moffitt and Barrett Moffitt. In the second set of four, or the linebackers, you have Braden Baker, Cody Phillips, Caden Rowan, and Hunter Velarde. Free safety will be Joel Jubber, who comes from Kansas, actually. So he was rating 81. He was part of the coin toss. As Cody will receive the opening kickoff for this Week 0 contest. So we want to give a big thanks to Fremont Chevy for our scoreboard sponsor this season. We are just getting final moments here before opening kickoff. So again, Lander going to elect to play defense first, and that's kind of the norm in football. If you win the coin toss, elect to defer. Sometimes teams will elect to receive. But in this case, again, it will be Lander who wins it. We'll go and defer into the second half. We'll get offensive starters as well. So again, we're just kind of waiting the final moments here. Again, new scoreboards graphic, again, brought to you by Fremont Chevy this season. So again, Fremont Chevy, a proud sponsor of Fremont County Athletics. You can always check them out. Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton supports local athletes. Your hard work, dedication doesn't go unnoticed at Fremont Chevrolet. Here every step of the way, located on 1401 North Federal in Riverton. So, going to kick off. We are kind of all over the place for our rosters and everything for the Tigers. So, kicking off will be Braden Baker for the Lander Tigers, a catcher for the Lander Legends last season. Pretty good season as well. Got an all-conference selection for baseball. So he will send it out to the Upman for Cody. And this roster is huge. I had to have 2 pages printed out for just the Cody roster. That tells you how many players. There's over 100 athletes, grades 9 through 12. It's the 3rd year of this. As Baker gets the whistle and we get set here, and we are underway as the Week 0 contest gets started. It is going to be a short kick. It is going to be fielded by A.J. Bosar as he's going to get to the 30 and maybe to the 34 to start the season off for Week 0. And they're going to mark him officially at the 36-yard line for a 1st and 10 for the Cody Broncs. Broncs are going to be led by junior quarterback Maddox Ball, who got the start at the state championship game. Actually had to come in for Lucas Talich, who injured himself in the playoffs. Got the start as a sophomore against Star Valley. Again, unfortunately, didn't come on the right side of things. Is gonna have an exchange of footballs, it looks like, here right off the bat. So Cody Bronx is gonna go in a gun set, 2 receivers on each side. And in the backfield is Grady McCartan. His ball is gonna send in motion Moss. So he'll line up kind of as a wing tight end set. 2 motions here as Bosart will get the fake pitch, hand off to Grady McCartan, and he's going to get maybe about 5 right there, and it will set up 2nd and 5 for the Broncs of Cody. And you're going to see this with Cody. They are just going to go, and just like that, lined up again. Shotguns Again, ball going to loft it up for passes. Moffitt's going to have the interception, and he's going to be going backwards, but you want to hold on to that one as Chase Hatch was trying to strip it, but the Tigers get an early turnover, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers as Bodie Moffitt, the quarterback, going to get credited for the interception as Moffitt had to run all the way back to get that one. So Max Ball's first pass of the season was an interception. So the Tigers now on offense, and they are going to, looks like, line up here. Hamilton talking with the official as he is on the offensive side of things. So again, Moffitt, the quarterback, gets the interception, and the Tigers will set up in the flex bone offense. Again, everything going to be bunched up here. Moffitt going to be under center, Rowan in the backfield. In motion is going to be Johnson Baker. He's going to get the pitch, tries to make something happen. He's going to be hit in the backfield for a loss, and that's going to be a loss of 3 for Johnson Baker, and that will be his first carry. A loss of 3 sets up 2nd and 12, or 2nd and 13, So you're going to get 2 types of offense. One that just keeps going. They're going to go as fast as possible. That's the Bronx Tigers. This offense, sometimes it's more kind of like taking the pace, and hopefully we got that part, but Jim Burton says this is more of an equalizer offense, can capitalize, but also this offense can take a lot of time off the clock. Let's see what they do here. Moffitt going to hand it off to Rowan on 2nd and 13, and that's going to be about a gain of 1 for Caden Rowan. Sets up a 3rd and long here, so let's see what the Tigers do here on a 3rd down scenario. Already 2 run plays. Maybe 2 yards to start the season for the Tigers. So an early turnover, but Tigers right now halted on offense. Sets up a 3rd down and 12 at the 26. Near hash. Again, Moffitt will go under center. Jubber in motion. Moffitt going to pass it off here, and that one's going to go through the hands of a receiver. And luckily, nothing comes out of it of a turnover, but the Tigers will go 3 and out in their first possession of the season. But again, you got the early turnover by the Tigers. That's something you like to see early on. Moffitt playing that cornerback position. Number 26, Django Ferguson, was the intended receiver. So, Jubber going to punt it away here. Moffitt going to get a call from the sideline. He's going to come back and call this snap. As right now, Bronx only lining 1 up against the kind of the positions on the side as Jubber will spiral this one off as Baker's right there. He's going to just let this roll. And this is a nice bounce for the Tigers as it will just keep rolling. Go to the 21-yard line. So from the 26 of Lander to the Bronx 21, that is a net of 53-yard punt for Jubber for his first punt. So now Cody back on offense. Last possession. Turned it over. 2 plays and an interception. It was Max Ball's first pass of the game as well. Again, Tigers will line up in a 4-4 defense. Corner on each side. Got a safety in the back. She actually got Parker Burton, who is playing corner for the Tigers on the near side. Bronx will line up 2 receivers to the far side. Ball in the shotgun again. Takes the snap, give it off to McCarran, who is right up the middle as he breaks a couple of tackles. He'll have a first down. A gain of what looks to be maybe 17. And it will be a gain of 17 for Grady McCarran. And it sets up a 1st and 10 for the Bronx. Once again, they're hurrying this out. This is how fast we're going to have to call things. And we got a whistle on the play. And it's like a timeout, Tigers. So just like that, an early timeout taken by Lander Valley, and they're down to 2 with 9:57 to go. Again, this is a fast-paced offense. They are not going to stop. They are just going to keep going. If it's inbounds, they're going to let it go. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 37 of Cody. After this timeout that was taken by Lander Valley, they're down to 2. Early on here. Still 0-0 on your Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. You're right behind the student section here, so you might be hearing them quite a bit here. A little bit windy, but a lot cooler maybe than what Fremont County's been able to experience. It's been pretty much 80 or higher temp-wise This one right now about in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. So timeout. Bronx going in the shotgun. Ball going to pitch it out. This is going to be an outside run. Moffitt can't get the lane right, and it's going to be a first down. The helmet comes off of Tristan Osborne. And a first down for Cody, and a whistle again as they're hurrying this up. Jacob Ball on the carry. And it will be second down and 2 to go, as that was a gain of 8. Inside pitch this time. That will be a first down. That will be at least a gain of 11. Jason Jarrett on the carry. So that's about a gain of 11, maybe 12. And again, they're hurrying this up. I got to quickly take a stat and then get right into the next play. McCartan now in motion. Here's the pitch to him. He's going to try to go outside, has a blocker in front. And this is not Grady McCartan, I apologize. This is Bowser, who will get maybe 10 on the carry. So the Bronx, after the interception, have gone all runs, and no, they are going to say a first down. Umpire says first down, and now they do. So that is a gain of 10 and a first down in Tiger territory at the 45. 9:15 to go on the clock here in the first quarter. Ball again in the gun. Hand off to McCartan, straight up the middle. As Velarde trying to initial tackler right there, but it finally taken down by Hamilton. As Hamilton slow to get it up, but it looks like he'll be all right. So that will be a gain of, looks to be 8 on the play by Grady McCartan. Already 3 carries, 30 yards in the contest. Ball going to pass it outside this time. Going to be caught there by Chase Hatch as he is off the distance. Touchdown Cody, as Cody strikes first and has a 6-0 advantage. Completion there, a touchdown of what looks to be 25 yards. Next opportunity gets a pass is a touchdown for the Bronx. And they have an early 7-0 game, or early lead here on your Fremont Chevy scoreboard. So we'll put Connor Moss up for the PAT. The Bronx trying to get in there with 8:48 to go. We will get the PAT. There's the snap. Kick is up and blocked. And it's no good. And so we stay 6-0 on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. We're going to step aside for a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Kane and Associates. CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
This is Lander Valley Football on the County 10 Sports Network.
Cody takes 6 plays, puts 6 on the board. PAT was no good. It was actually blocked by Lander. And so Connor Moss will set up for the kickoff. It'll be Baker Johnson as the return man. He will be all alone back there as he stands back at the end zone. Again, Moss will do the kickoff duties here for Cody. Touchdown was scored on a 25-yard catch by Hatch, excuse me. So he got his first catch, first score of the season. Cody up 6-0 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. So Moss will put this one high, and this is going to take a bounce and finally roll into the end zone. Sets up a 1st and 10 at the 20. There's a loud car right there. There's actually a card show right near Spike Vanoy Stadium, actually near the parking area, as Tigers get set for their second possession of the ball game. 3 and out, 2 runs, 1 pass. Right now, Tigers 3 plays, minus 2 yards of total offense. So Rowan coming out to the sideline. And so in the backfield will be Braden Baker for the Tigers, as Moffitt will line up under center again in that flex bone offense. As Moffitt going to fake the handoff. He's running backwards, and he's going to take a big loss. Let's see where they mark this. This is a huge loss. It'll be second in a little bit to get there, as Burton coming out as he's talking to Moffitt, getting the next play. That's going to be officially a loss of 7 on the play for Moffitt. So 2nd and 17 for the Tigers. So here again at about the 13-yard line. That's where they mark this far hash. Baker Johnson in motion. Handoff is to Baker, and Baker keeping his feet moving. Finally gets taken down, and he'll make up about 5 of those yardage lost. So Baker getting his first handoff of the season, gets 5, and it sets up a 3rd and a long. 3rd and 12 to be exact. So we'll see if Tigers go pass here again. First pass attempt was an incompletion. Rowan will bring in the play. Velarde and Baker will go off. 3rd and long. Again, option style offense so far. Bronx have been able to put Tigers in minus 4 of total net yardage as Moffitt drops back. Here's a long pass, and it's almost intercepted right there by number 19 of the Bronx, Jace Jarrett. He basically just let that back up, and it almost pretty much landed in his arms, but able to secure. That's the second potential interception that could have been a turnover for the Tigers, and they'll go 3 and out for the second series. And Tigers will punt again. 4th and 12 as Jubbers stands at his own 5 for this punt. Snap. Kick is off. This one, nice high kick, as this is going to get past the Bronx, and they'll just field it right there at about the 35-yard line, as Jace Hatch kind of overshot it just a little bit, but Bronx come back out, went 6 plays. Put 6 on the board. Let's see if the Tigers could stop with 7:20 to go. Again, week 0 for 3A football, and they're going to play this as a full game. Jim Burton really just wanted to get a game in, get essentially an extra game, see where the Tigers are. Again, first time since 2016 these two teams have played. It's been since 2015 these two teams were in Cody. This ball is going to have 3 receivers to the far side. In motion comes Moss, as he'll line up kind of in a wing. Ball going to send Grady McCarty in motion, gets the pitch, flag comes in, and a swarm of Tigers will get there, and it looks like it might be right at the 35, and flag comes in from the near side official. We'll see what it is, and it looks like it will go against the Bronx. We'll get the call. It will be, so a 10-yard penalty. First flag of the game for either team. It's going to be right at the original line of scrimmage, so this should be at least 5.
Cody, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
They will say 10-yard penalty, so first penalty by either team. It cost Cody 10 yards. That's the first negative yardage play. Well, really wasn't a negative yardage play because it was a penalty, so ball again, takes the snap, and a little dump pass off to Grady McCarran. This one breaks out as Grady McCarran going to be tackled about the 48 of Lander Valley. 5, 10, 15, 20, 28-yard completion on a little swing pass by Maddox Ball as Grady McCarran gets his first reception of the ball game. As Maddox Ball back-to-back completions now, 2 of 3 for 53 yards. Bronx again lining up. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 47. They'll officially rule it. Is Ball going to take the snap, launch it. It's going to be Hunter Velarde with the interception. Second one of the day is Velarde. Will get tackled on about the 36-yard line. That's the second turnover defensively the Tigers have been able to create. Because now if you're the Tigers, you got to capitalize on one of these possessions if you're going to get multiple turnovers. That's fielding position for the Tigers so far in this one. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 36 officially. So a couple of turnovers created by the Tigers here in the first. 6:58 to go in quarter number 1 on your Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Give a big thanks to Justice Jacobs of State Farm and Lander, our player of the game sponsor. And Jubber now going to come in as he'll bring in the play, I believe. Moffitt was just kind of waiting in there, and he'll line up under center again. Rowan going to be in the backfield as he stands at the 31. Moffitt going to pass it off here, and it's going to be intercepted by Jace Hatch as he's trying to make something happen, but back-to-back interceptions by both teams, and that's the first turnover for the Tigers, and a possession, best field position, and couldn't capitalize it, and it's right back to Cody. That'll be Moffitt's first interception of the season, and right now, Tigers a couple of interceptions, and Cody just made Moffitt have his first. And week 0, you got to kind of shake off some of the rust here for both teams. As Cody will come up, 2 receivers to the far or near side, way far from the O-line. Ball will take it himself up the middle. He's breaking a couple of tackles. He'll get to the 38, 30, maybe 37. 17-yard carry by Maddox. Ball looked like it was going to be a pitch to McCartan. He fakes that and takes it himself, and we have a flag in the backfield. Could be against Cody, and Cody already making their way back. See where they put this again. Win. Here is Cody talking with the white hat official, and that one. Yeah, Cody going back thinking it's on them, but they're going to wave the flag off, so the play counts. Ball with a 17-yard carry already back in Tiger territory. 1st and 10 at the 37. This ball again in the shotgun. 1 receiver to the far side. Clock starts to roll here. 6:42 to count. So the official waiting for clock to go. Handoff up the middle. Not going to occur much, as it will be a gain of 1. So it looks like making the carry right there will be Luke Moulton. Gets his first carry of the ball game, and might not have enough running backs on my stat sheet as Cody once again already lining up. Swing pass to the near side as Burton's going to make the play. And that will be a gain of 5, maybe 6 on the reception, as that's going to be Jacob Ball with the reception for 6 yards. Bronx again already lining up. Bronx will stay in the gun. Fake the handoff. Ball waits, throws, and that one intended there for Jacob Ball, and that's going to be good, and that will be an incompletion. That'll be the first incomplete pass for Maddox Ball in the ball game. Although he has incurred a couple of turnovers with a couple of interceptions. Even with the incompletions, Bronx already lining up as Maddox Ball going to check the sideline. He's going to bring back his running back, Luke Moulton. As Maddox Ball going to go up to the line. Looks like maybe change the play here, and they will, as Moss will come to the near side. And we have timeout taken by Cody. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. This broadcast is brought to you by Perfect Power, Porter's Mountain View Supply, Wyoming 4x4, Redden and Kane Associates, Wyoming Catholic College, Myers Gambles, Bailey's Enterprise, Sutherland's, Baldwin Creek Rentals, State Farm Agent Justice Jacobs, Mama's Kitchen, Northside Auto Body Shop, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, Elevate Rehab, Edward Jones Financial Advisor John P. Shade, Fremont Chevy, Central Bank and Trust, and Eyes on Fremont.
I want to thank all of our sponsors this season for making this broadcast possible and all the games this season for LVHS, as we'll have some volleyball games actually September 7th, Lander and Riverton. At Riverton, we'll have that call right here on the County 10 Sports Network on YouTube and Facebook. Also get some basketball action this season as well, so big thanks to them. They make this possible for us this year on the County 10 Sports Network. 5:55 to go. Timeout taken by the Bronx. That was their first. They got 2 left in the half. As ball will go in the gun again. 2 receivers to the near side. Fakes the handoff. Will unload the pass. It's going to be caught there for a first down as Jacob Ball. That was on 4th down as well. 4th and 6. The Bronx pick it up. And they get a first for a gain of, looks to be 9 on the completion. This Bronx will line up again. Ball and up the middle. Is this one going to get into the secondary as Burton grabs the jersey, and still on his feet is Luke Moulton. He will get it to a 1st and goal as he will get 20 on the carry. Yeah, just kind of took it with him. We'll check it out on the Gambles replay. Burton initially got the jersey tug. And Ball going to try to give it to Luke again, and we'll put it in for 6 for second touchdown for the Bronx. From 3 yards out, his first score of the season, and the Cody Bronx take a 12-0 lead here in the first quarter with 5:38 to go. That just tells you how quickly the Bronx will go here. Max Ball, they're going to go for 2, put this at full 2-score game as Ball will take it himself and put it in for 2. So that makes it now 14-0. Tigers trail in this one. We'll step aside. We'll be right back right after a word from our sponsors right here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle and you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, DuBois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcome.
You're tuned into Lander Valley Tigers football on the County 10 Sports Network.
Bronx score on a 3-yard rushing touchdown by Luke Moulton. Puts the Bronx up by 14 now as the Bronx converted on a 2-point conversion as Moss will get sent out to the end zone as Jubber is actually going to receive this and bring it out. He's at the 10, goes to the 15, gets met right there by Ben Hogan, and he gets driven back, but I think they're going to keep him at the 16, and that will set the Tigers for their next possession after a 1-play interception by the Tigers after they were able to give Cody a turnover. So Tigers at the 16 get things set here as see what they can do here. For the first time since 2016, these 2 teams met. Cody has won the last 11 matchups against the Tigers. So again, Tigers really not going to have their formation change real much here. So flex bone this Florida in motion. Handoff right up the middle is Rowan. And that will be about gain of 3. Sets up 2nd and 7. Again, this offense kind of more methodical, trying to take some time off the clock as Bowen got the carry, got about 3. They will say officially a 3-yard carry. Sets up 2nd and 7 at the 19. As Bryce Mason, former Riverton Wolverine, will come out of the play right here. Again, Moffitt under center, Velarde in motion. Another handoff to Rowan, and Cody was sniffing that one out. Maybe get to the 20. That's where the officials will rule it. Be a gain of 1. 3rd down for the Tigers. So it will be 3rd and 6 officially at the 20 of Lander. As Bryce Mason will give the play to Moffitt. Coming out will be the play for the Tigers. Who came out of there just a moment ago? That was Daniel Ferguson. So Tigers going to send their receivers out, 1 on each side. Still Moffitt under center as Moffitt will keep it himself. Gets around the corner as he's got Hunter Velarde, and the Tigers will get a 1st down. That's their first, I believe, of the ball game. As Moffitt will get a gain of what looks to be about 10. And the Tigers will keep their drive alive. So Moffitt makes up that 7-yard loss earlier in the quarter, and now he's got 2 carries for 3 yards. Tigers 1st down at the 31. So actually a gain of 11 for Moffitt. So it's 1st down and 10. Clock stopped. It should be going. There's the clock now. As you see, also, if you're watching it video, you get the clock as well. Kind of a nice feature. This time, again, both receivers are sent out. Velarde again in motion. Moffitt going to keep it himself. He got the pitch if he wanted, and Moffitt's just going to try to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He is able to. That's another thing as well is, if you send that motion, you have that pitch option if you want it. Moffitt elects to keep it himself right there, and it sets up 2nd and 10. As Moffitt going to meet with Jim Burton, as Burton's going to come onto the field. Getting Jim Burton, 1st season here for Lander as he takes over John Scott, who retired for the Tigers after 5 seasons. Burton coming from Evanston High School. And again, Tigers liking the receivers out right here, so let's see what they can do. Moffitt puts Braden Johnson, in motion. Going to be a handoff as looks to be about 3rd down, and they actually said Moffitt lost a yard on that one, and it'll be Rowan on the carry on that one, and won't account for anything. So clock at 3:14, still in the 1st, here at Spike Vanoy Stadium. Live on YouTube and Facebook of the County 10 Sports Network, as well as our radio waves, KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM. Powell is up on Riverton 28-10. As their game is official, as this one's going to be a little toss to Jubbard. Is Jubbard going to try to make something happen? He's able to get a little bit of yards, but on the 3rd down, going to be a little too far as Jubbard now slow to get up, and that will be about a gain of 5. Actually, it will be officially a 4-yard gain from Jubbard. That'll be 4th down, and it's like punt team will come out, and Jubbard was slow to get up on that play, and now Moffitt's going to have to do the punting duties here. As got to switch things up, so Parker Burton will come to the back, get the snap off here, or will send the snap back. Moffitt stands at the Tiger 21. Here's the snap. Kick is away as Moffitt going to send. These are some nice punts by Lander. I like it as it's going to be caught there by the Bronx. That is Chase Hatch. He's going to try to get around the outside, breaks a tackle, and he will finally get out at about the 40-yard line. We'll see where they officially spot it, and at about the 39-yard line for their next possession. Bronx were able to score, capitalize on a 2-point conversion. Now up 14-0 with 1:59 left to go. This last possession for the Bronx was a score. Again, that was a 3-yard touchdown run by Luke. To get the score, not Luke Dowitch to be exact, that was Luke Moulton. To be exact, as you can hear the wind picking up here. Flag barely moving though, but up here in the press box, you do feel the wind coming in pretty hot here as Cody gets set for the next possession. Still in the first quarter. Ball going to be in the gun again. 2 receivers this time to the far side. 1st and 10 at the 39. Ball, swing past the Hatch. Tries to get around one tackler, but nice job. Hoog is making that play for the Tigers. The initial tackler on the play, Barrett Moffitt. Gets the tackle. That completion for about 3. Sets up 2nd and 7. As Hatch had the 25-yard score. 2nd and 8. Motion man gets the pitch. As Moffitt was right there, and then coming in is Tristan Osborne making a play right there, and that's going to be a loss of yardage. As Dylan Bross got the pitch, and then evaded one tackler, and then Tristan Osborne was right there. And the practice I went to, they were working on the pylon drill. That's actually a loss of 6. As ball pass out there, going to be caught on 3rd down. This is going to be 4th down. This could be go for territory. So we don't have running room, so gonna have to start marking things on the other stat sheet. So that pass is good. They're gonna go for it here on 4th down. It'll take a second here. This ball gonna check the sideline. Getting the call from sideline. Now they'll get the snap going. Hand off, and the Tigers stop them. What a play there. Let's check it out on the Gambles replay. Tigers snuff that out. D-line makes the play. See who the initial tackler is. Looked like Hamilton got there first. That replay brought to you by Myers Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander. Also get delivery within 30 miles of the store, including the town of Riverton. So this is now the best field position for the Tigers. That was a loss of 4. As this could be potentially the final play here of the first quarter. 26 seconds to go. Tigers at the Bronx 44. Moffitt going to take it himself, get met at the line as he's going to be driven back and driven into the ground. As I think Moffitt was looking for a flag right there as he kind of stands still, loses a yard on the play. So that should do it here for quarter number 1. Tigers trail 14-0 as you see 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tigers are going to let this one play out. Tigers trail 14-0. Second quarter action coming up right after this. You're tuned in to Tigers football on the County 10 Sports Network.
I'm John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824 West Main Street for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
At Eyes on...
Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be alerted every time a new video or game is on County 10's YouTube page.
Tigers cause a 4th down stop. They get the possession, best field position for the Tigers. As we are in the second quarter, 14-0. Bronx lead on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Brandon Johnson in motion. Moffitt going to hand it off to Rowan, and it's going to be met right at the line. So this will set up a 3rd down and 11 at the Bronx 45. As coming into the game is Paxton Hollinshead, the sophomore, listed as a quarterback here. As Hollinshead is going to go to the sideline to Burton. Bryce Mason going to head off the field. Moffitt also on the sideline, so a solid practice. Normally set up as a pass play, but let's see what they do here. Hollinshead going to be under center now. First time as he's under center, Hollinshead going to fake the pitch. Here's the pass out to Baker, and he gets met. Takes a tattoo shot by A.J. Burser, and Hollinshead's first pass at the varsity level going to be an incomplete pass, and it's going to set up 4th down and 11. And the Tigers will send out the punt team. Baker looked like he had it, and then Burser basically just denied him on the hit. Man, what a shot that Baker just took there just moments ago. So, Jubber going to do the punting duties. Chase Hatch and Grady McCartan, the deep men for the Bronx. Snap. Punt will go at the 44. Here's a little sky-high punt. This is going to take a little bit of a Tiger bounce. It's going to be inside the 20, and it'll be about the 17. 17-yard line. Sets up a 1st and 10 for the Bronx here in the second quarter. So Tigers really haven't been able to do much on the offensive side, but defensively, a couple of interceptions and a 4th down stop they've been able to account for the Bronx. We have played a minute here. Another motorcycle and hot rod scurries behind us, if that's what you're hearing, on the County 10 Sports Network. First games of the season, and Lander next Friday for week 1 action against the Wolves of Green River. And, Jim Burton, one of the 4 head coaches hired in the 3A level, are making a switch. Riverton, the other one on the east side, and Mark Lenhart. Green River and Evans State also getting new head coaches. Lander's going to face all 3 of them this season. Ball going to pitch it out to the far outside as Bryce Mason tries to make a tackle, breaking into the secondary, and it's going to be a 1st down for a gain of 13 on the play. As making the carry right there was Jace Jarrett. It's 13 on the carry. As the Bronx hurrying up here. Ball going to have 2 receivers outside. Clock kind of stopping here every time the 1st down happens. And here's another carry. And that will be a nice carry for about 10. I say that incorrectly. That was the wrong play. That's Owen Peterson, who got the 13-yard and just got another 10 yards on that one. And I tell you, that's multiple Bronx who have had carries so far in the game. As Ball in the shotgun again. Takes the snap. Once again, it's Peterson. He gets into the back or the deep side of the Lander defense. That's another 10-yard carry. And I know, and Peterson just giving the Landers a tough time. A couple of right up the middle and then an outside pitch. And so far, Tigers haven't been able to stop him on 3 straight plays. 1st and 10 in Tiger territory at the 49. Ball. Shotgun. There's Hatch on the reception. That's going to be, looks like a 1st down. That'll be a completion of 10. As Hatch gets the reception for 10, gives the Bronx a 1st down. So I got to make sure I put these in the right stat sheet again. The Bronx have had so many already players run the football. That's how deep this team is. Peterson going to get met up there. And that's the first time the Tigers have stopped him, and that's a loss of 1. So 2nd and 12. I actually rule a loss of 12. But they're still in Tiger territory at the 40. Snap. Ball keeps it on the option. He's got some room. He breaks into the secondary, and Cody's going to have a touchdown courtesy of a 40-yard option read by Maddox Ball for the score, and Cody takes a 20-0 advantage over the Tigers. That was all Maddox Ball. Read the defense right, and it paid off. And Cody starting to stretch out of this lead against the Tigers. 20-0, the PAT awaits. Again, Cody went for 2. They're going to go ahead and have the point after, as Moss will line up here. It's going to be Schroeder who puts it down. Snap, put up is good. Makes it 21-0. Tigers trailing right now. Got to get something going offensively. We'll step aside. We'll be back, Red.
Children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit wyomingeyes.net to learn more.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police, but if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
Myers Gamble.
Back here on the County 10 Sports Network on YouTube and Facebook. If you're tuning on the radio waves, it's KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM. You can also always tune on county10.com. 40-yard option run by Mannix Ball gives the Bronx a 21-0 advantage over the Tigers. I'll give a big thanks to Perfect Power. They power this live stream tonight in Lander. They support athletes on the field. Give Perfect Power a call today for all your electrical needs. That's 332-7184. So again, Tigers really got to get something offensively. Haven't been able to really get much going here. And as Moss will line up for the kickoff at the 40. Got Jubbard there as the deep man. As this one's going to be sent way deep as they're going to let that go and sets up a 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 20. 9:23 to go in the second quarter. Try to give you an update in Riverton is starting to get a little bit dark air as it's still 21-10 in favor of the Powell Panthers in that contest. Riverton going to be hosting Cody next week as we get set for the next drive here for the Tigers at the 20. Hollinshead at quarterback again. The lineup under center. Here's the handoff as the ball is out. And does Cody have it? Cody says yes, and the officials will say yes. So turnover as it was Rowan on the carry, loses the football, and another drive that gets stalled by the Bronx against Lander, and Lander will have to go right back on the defensive side as trying to see where Moffitt is at, and he is currently not on the field as Hollinshead came in at quarterback. Looking to see where Moffitt is at. He normally plays corner defensively, but right now it's Burton and Barrett Moffitt. So Bronx, great field position at the 20. 1st and 10. Ball will drop back and a loft one into the zone, and Chase Hatch right there for the 6 for Cody. 27-0 Cody. So we take a look at the Gambles replay. Tough one there. You turn it over, and a 20-yard touchdown pass from Max Ball to Chase Hatch gives the Bronx a 27-0 lead over the Tigers. And right now it's Bronx offensively getting things done. A fumble, a play before the score. It's a tough one there as the point after is up and good. Gives Cody 28, Lander 7. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Get ready
ready to explore Wyoming's stunning parks at Fremont Motors during the Open Road Sales Event. We're giving away a complimentary Wyoming State Parks pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come backed by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the open road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton or shop online anytime at fremontmotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
Back here on the County 10 Sports Network, it's 28-0. Cody, a turnover by the Tigers last possession, one play, 20-yard touchdown pass from Max Ball to Chase Hatch. Gives the Broncs a 28-0 lead in the second quarter, 9:10 to play. As Paxton Hollinshead was lined up as quarterback that last drive. Moffitt wasn't on defense, so we'll see where things go, and a flag on the play. Second flag of the contest. I believe this is going to be an offside against the Broncs, and they will say it is against the Broncs, so just move that back 5 and re-kick it. As Cody already immediately knew, and saying the flag, I was not sure what the flag is on, and either way, it's still against Cody, but I think they were trying to get a number there, but they'll just kick this off from 35 now. So not much, just a 5-yard penalty. Again, Cody will kick off from the 35, so Lander will move up 5, but Jubber's still pretty much near the end zone. As Moss will get set here. And here's the kickoff, and it's going to be a little squib kick. It's going to take a couple of bounces. Parker Burton will have the football, and he'll get tackled about the 31. It sets up the Tigers on a 1st and 10. So it is still going to be Paxton Hollinshead at quarterback. Moffitt's still on the sideline. You got to wonder, is something bothering him or not? So the sophomore going to stay under center here. Moffitt's behind Jim Burton, so maybe he'll come back. We'll see, though, as the Tigers will get set for their next possession. So far in the contest, or in this quarter alone, just 3 plays and a turnover. Hollinshead under center. It's going to put Jubbert in motion. Here's the handoff to Baker. No, that isn't Baker. And either way, it's going to be about a gain of 3. As the carry goes to Cody West. Did not have him on our roster. That might have been on my end, but Cody West gets the carry for 3. Sets up a 2nd and 7. Again, Tigers going to be not going to go fast. They're just going to take their time, take time off the clock here. Hollinshead again under center, 8:30 to go and counting. Hollinshead says Braden Johnson in motion. Handoff again to West. That's going to be a loss of 1. Tigers right now a total of 15 yards of offense. So far in this game, Cody right now is at 247 yards of total offense, just to tell you how much Cody really sees opportunities offensively and has their offense going right now. So Moffitt does come into the game. He's going to line up as a receiver. Hollinshead going to be under center. 3rd down, 8 to go at the 33. Hollinshead gives it off to Braden Johnson, who gets the sweep. He's not going to have the first, but you're going to get close to that 1st down marker. But the way things are going, that's going to be about a gain of 4 for Johnson Baker. And I keep saying Braden Baker, but it's Johnson Baker. So a gain of 4, 4th down, and Tigers will punt it again. The way Cody's offense has been rolling, I do not blame the Tigers for this call. Still early in the game, but you're down 4 scores. Gotta be worried about another long run or a pass into the end zone, as Jubber will launch this kick. Gets to the 30. He's going to take a side bounce, and it touches a Cody Bronk. Are the Tigers on top of it? As Cody is pointing their way, and Cody's pointing Lander Tigers' way, and they're going to say Cody football, but that's a tough one. Tigers had that touched by a Bronc. I'm not sure who touched that exactly. There's a couple of Broncs, but they backed off. But, man, a missed opportunity there for the Tigers. That would have been their best field position of the ball game. So Broncs get it back, and now Tigers going to have to play some more defense. Moffitt back out there for the Tigers at corner. Did come back as a receiver the last possession. Tigers in their road whites, all whites. Black helmet, but no decal at the moment. Broncs in their home blues, gold numbers, gold stripe on the side with Broncs on their pants. Ben Hogan now at quarterback as he's going to take the snap, runs it right up the middle. He's got some room, and he's going to get a deep run here. That's going to be 5-10. You got 15, 17-yard carry by Ben Hogan for the Broncs. Once again, another carry by a Cody Bronc. 17-yard scamper is hobbling off the field for the Tigers is Gavin Romer. And it will set up Broncs at the 49. And yeah, that's Gavin Romer in a roster that's not big. Gotta make sure everybody is able to be healthy as possible. Just look on your screen at the bottom. There's a bunch of Cody players, and then you see it's pretty much the Lander substitutes on the sideline. So hopefully he's all right. 1st and 10 again after a 17-yard carry by Hogan. He'll take the snap, give it right off to Peterson. He's got some room. He's got into the secondary. He's got some room. Jumper right behind will get the tackle. And that's another deep carry from the 49 to the 26. As Demetrius Noriega is going to be credited for the tackle. That's a gain of 23 on the carry for Ben Hogan. And the Broncs again offensively just giving it to the Tigers. Hogan going to keep it himself again, running up the middle. And we'll get about 3 this time and sets up 2nd and 7. So far, Tigers really stopped the passing game early on, and Max Ball was able to kind of get back into the passing game. Broncs running has just been phenomenal. I don't even have the official numbers just because so many Broncs have ran. Hogan now going to go to the air as Moffitt was right there, but he's got to make the tackle, and he pushes him out at about the 5 as Jace Jarrett was there for the reception. And it gets down to about the 6-yard line. That's a completion of 8 for Maddox Ball. And 1st and goal for the Broncs. Hogan on the near side. Give it off to Grady McCartan. He's in for 6. Another 4-yard touchdown run by Grady McCartan. Gives the Broncs a 34-0 advantage. And we got the point after. Tell you the pace of the Broncs is paying off right here, and big runs right now have hurt the Tigers so far. As Moss lines up for the point after. Snap, kick, good. 35-0. Tigers trying to get something offensively. That's right now been tough as can't match the pace right now of the Broncs, it looks like. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison. Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? What did he tell?
If you're looking for an upgrade to your vehicle, Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Road and more. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4, or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
This is Lander Valley Football on the County 10 Sports Network.
Tough one right now for the Tigers. They're down 35-0 in the second quarter. 5:56 to play. Ben Hogan came into the game at quarterback. Had a couple of nice runs. Set up a 5-yard scamper in the zone for Grady McCartan. And as the Bronx got some new players out there, kicking will be Jared Chrysler. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. As he will set up for the kickoff. As Jubbard is the deep man waiting in his end zone. Right now at just 268, at least right now total, but there's definitely a lot more that I have to account for. As Chrysler will get set. And here's the kick. This one gonna get out into the sideline. The one thing the Tigers have not done in this game so far is commit a penalty. And as the kickoff will go out of bounds, that's the first possession at the 35. So now, right now, Moffitt came in at quarterback. Hollinshead actually came back at quarterback, and he's stayed up there. Not sure the reason for the change. We'll hopefully talk with Coach after this game on the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Make sure you stay tuned for the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Recap the first half. Hopefully you get some score updates and results of volleyball for Lander. Again, they fell in their first game of the season to Powell 3-1. Powell is ranked third in the Wild Preps Coach and Media volleyball polls. Cody ranked number 2 for the Wyoming Coaches and Media football poll. So Hollinshead again in at quarterback as he'll go under center. 5:56 to go. We'll send Jubbard in motion. Hollinshead will pitch it to Jubbard. There's the first option pitch we have seen as Jubbard took a shot. We'll see if we got it right here on your replay brought to you by Myers Gambles. Yes, Hollinshead immediately knew he was going to go pitch it right there. And it will be a gain of 2 for Jubbard. Sets up a second down and 8. So Moffitt in there, not a quarterback, going to play receiver. Hollinshead will play quarterback. Hollinshead going to go under center. One receiver each side. Hollinshead will hand it up to the middle of Rowan. And he'll get maybe a gain of 1. Again, this is an offense. Big plays can happen, but most of the time you're going to see kind of short yardage plays. Sets up third and about 7. Third and 6, probably the best third down opportunity for the Tigers. As the officials are talking. Still got to transition to football. It's week 0. So Tigers third down. Moffitt going to go far on the far side as a receiver, none on the near side. Hollinshead under center, sends Jubbard in motion. Hollinshead going to take it himself, and it's going to be... He's able to get kind of a second effort, and we'll gain maybe 3 for Paxton Hollinshead. They'll set up fourth down. Let's see what the Tigers will do, and they'll set out the punt team. So they're able to get maybe a gain of 3. Sets up 4th and 3. Again, Tigers have not elected to go for it. They're in their own territory. As Chase Hatch is deep. Jubber again, who has had great punts. This one, a nice little spiral. This one is going to take a Cody bounce and roll right onto the 33-yard line, and it'll set up the Bronx for their next possession. So far, 268-plus yardage, and I say plus because I have a computer stat sheet. I haven't been having to take numbers on paper, too. So I'm going to try to get the total yardage of runs and passes here. But the Bronx, 35-0 with 3:48 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. As it will be Maddox Ball who comes back at quarterback for the Bronx. He'll have two receivers on each side. In the backfield will be Luke Moulton. Tigers defensively making some adjustments. Ball in the gun, will swing it out. And that's going to be incomplete for the Bronx. And they'll set up a second down. 2nd and 10. Even though a completion, they're not even huddling it up here as the intended pass is there for A.J. Bozart. Ball with 3 now on the far side in the gun. Here's the snap, looking on the one receiver's side, and somehow makes the catch is Jacob Ball. And let's take a look at that replay. I don't even know how. He kind of was going one-handed on this catch. Yeah, kind of slipped down and was able to kind of pull it to himself as that replay brought to you by Myers Gambles. 3rd and 1 now. Hand off to Moulton. He's into the secondary at the 50. And they're going to be met up right at about the 49, they're going to say. As that pass was in there for 9 on that last play. And then it was trying to make sure I capture everything right here, as that was a gain of 11. I believe, no, excuse me, that was a gain of 9. Ball lofts it up, and that's going to be incomplete. Jubber did not affect the pass setting. He kind of just put his hands up and was straight up, and it's going to be 2nd down after the incompletion. As Cody immediately lines up. They have 3 receivers. Nope, they're going to have, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. Moulton still in the backfield. Ball takes the snap at the 35 or the 45. We'll pass it off to Jacob Ball, and it will get around the outside and maybe get about 6 on the play and make it 7 now on the completion. Jacob Ball, 4 receptions, 28 yards. Maddox Ball, 11 of 16, 2 interceptions, 134 yards. As Ball will pass it out. Going to be completed there for 10. His catch is made by Dylan Bross. Dylan Bross, excuse me. That's his first reception for 10. Maybe 11, excuse me. As Maddox Ball now 12 of 17. Looks like we have a timeout taken by Lander. They're down to their final timeout. Just want to give us thanks to some of our sponsors of this broadcast. That includes Wyoming 4x4, which is all athletes good luck. Wyoming 4x4 is located north of Riverton and is your one-stop for all your upgraded vehicle needs. From lifts to bumpers, bed liners, give them a call, 857-3175. Also, a big thanks to Eyes on Fremont. They're proud to see you compete, both on and off the field. Student athletes have our support. Eyes on Fremont, located on 111 South Broadway Avenue in Riverton, your local optometrist. So Lander took the timeout down to 1. Cody with 2 timeouts with 2:51 to go. Bronx going to have 3 receivers to the far side on the short side of the field. Jacob Ball all alone on the near side. Ball swinging out to Hatch. Gets to the 30. Tries to get more yardage and kind of just bulldozes his way for a gain of 10. And they're going to say a first down. Now Jacob Ball having himself a reception game, 5 of 38. It's got a lot here in this second quarter. Clock ticks at 2:42. Ball Looks on Jacob Ball's side and overthrows him as Jacob Ball was trying to cut in. And Ball thought he was going to go outside. Sets up second down and 10. 2:38 to go off the incompletion. Bronx lead the Tigers right now 35-0. On a second down and 10 at the 21. Bronx got a couple of players in motion, it looked like, but we're going to have a timeout taken by Cody. So we'll step aside for a 30-second. We'll be right back. This is Tiger Football on the County 10 Sports Network.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with You're tuned into Lander Valley Tigers football on the County 10 Sports Network.
Timeout taken by Cody. It looked like some confusion happened right there. And it's the score of 35-0. Tigers trying to hold the Bronx with 2:38 to go in the second quarter. As Ball is going to have a man in motion. We'll give it off. A little shovel pass right there. And it will be third down and about 9. Looks like a completion of 1 there for Maddox. Ball 2. A.J. Bouster. So 3rd and 9 for the Bronx. Here is a toss. And this is going to get a first down for a gain of 11-12. Let's see where they mark this. They make it a 14-yard gain off the pitch to Peterson. And like I said, I'm going to have to mark that on the paper as the Bronx will hurry it up here. So a 14-yard run by Peterson sets the Bronx up in the 1st and goal at the 5. Ball tosses it to Moss, and he will get it in for 6. Bronx 41, Lander nothing. We still got the point after. So right now this has gotten pretty ugly here at Park County as the point after awaits. Tigers will get the football. Basically a 2-minute drill coming up. We still got a whole nother half to play. Point after is up and good. As Cody takes a 42-0 advantage. We'll step aside for a 60-second timeout. Back right after this.
Experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
Redden.
Back here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, online on the County 10 Sports Network. The Bronx are a field goal away of putting this game in a mercy rule. It would have to occur. It has to occur in the second half, though. So, Lander Tigers going to have the football. 2:03 to go. A timeout in their pocket for Jim Burton. We are waiting the kickoff here from Jarrett Chrysler. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Again, a big shout out to Haley for helping with the camera duties here Kind of jumped in last minute to make sure we have a broadcast for you guys. Trevor again waits at his own 1. And the next kick is going to be a little high, little pooch kick. Rowan will field it at the 20. Going to go right up the middle and try to plow his way to the 30. And the Tigers will have it with under 2 minutes. 1:57 to be exact for the Tigers to get maybe 6 here. And you got to hope something offensively has got to click here for Lander. Got to think, hopefully the second half might be a different story. Tigers offensively right now, total net yardage of 25 yards. All of it coming from the ground. As Holland said, we'll line up under center. Everybody bunched up. Moffitt and Mason on each side as the receiver. Motion man. Going to be a carry to Rowan. So Rowan's going to get a good net yardage of 6, but got to pick up the pace. Clock running. This is Rowan right now. 7 for 12. 7 carries, 12 yards, and really not much urgency here for the Tigers. You got to pick up the pace here if you want to maybe try to get 6 on the board, maybe 3. Depends on how comfortable they can get or how close they can get to make this field goal a little bit accomplish. Trevor going to go in motion. Here's the handoff to Baker. As Baker going to get at least 4. Is it a first down, though? And they're going to say, yes, a first down for Braden Baker on a 4-yard carry. That's his first carry of the second quarter. 1:03 on the clock for the Tigers. Not even Bronx territory yet. As who is going to get the play here? So now the Tigers are going to go shotgun. Hollinshead in the gun. 1 receiver each side. Hollinshead takes the snap, looks, he's going to throw it off, and it is going to be caught for 5. As it looked like that was Landon Jones on the reception. It is Landon Jones for 5. Hollinshead gets credit for the first completion by a Tiger tonight. And the clock at 18 seconds. Pace really not a factor, so this is potentially the final play. 13. Hollinshead rolls out, has Hogan right there for the sack. And the Tigers have a timeout if they want to take it, and they're going to not elect to. As do they call the timeout? Burton on the sideline, and no, they're not going to call the timeout, so that will do it at the half. Cody 42, Lander nothing. We'll step aside, give you guys some first half numbers right after this.
Kane and Associates. CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, Dubois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
I'm John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police, but if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Get ready.
This is Lander Valley Football on the County 10 Sports Network.
$42-0. Unfortunately, the Tigers right now having a tough time in this contest, as your score, like we said moments ago, 42-0. You take a look at the halftime stats, and you can just tell immediately it's the offense of the Cody Bronx has been superior. The defense has been superior against the Tigers. The Tigers have been able to make a couple of plays defensively in that first quarter, but that's been about it. Cody so far, total yards 405 unofficially, 249 rushing, 172 in the air. There is right now 2 penalties against the Bronx, and turnovers are dead even at 2 apiece. Let's take a look at some individual stats, starting with the Cody Bronx. Max Ball, 15 of 20 for 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions so far in the game. He has 160 yards on that one. Ben Hogan, 1 of 1 for 8. Take a look at the rushing stats, 162 like we mentioned, or 249, excuse me. Because again, I'm taking stats on a computer and paper just because the Bronx have had so many players contribute to this offense and scoring tonight. Grady McCartan, 4 carries for 35 yards. Max Ball, 2 of 57 with a touchdown. McCartan also has a 5-yard touchdown run in the contest. Right now, Aaron Trotters, make sure I get these players correct here. Jace Jarrett, 1 of 12, and Luke Moulton is 6 of 40 with a touchdown in the contest. Chase Hatch, 458 reception-wise, 2 touchdowns. Grady McCartan, 1 of 28. You have Dylan Bross, 1 of 11. You have A.J. Bouster, 1 reception for 1 yard. You have Jacob Ball, 5 of 38 reception-wise. Got Trey Schroeder, 1 of 9, and then also Jace Jarrett, 1 reception for 8 yards. The Tigers right now, only 1 completion in the contest so far. Tigers are 1 of 5 passing. Paxton Hollinshead, the only quarterback to have a reception in the statistical category, 1 reception for 5 yards. Moffitt was 0 of 3 right now with an interception. Rushing-wise, it's led by Caden Rowan, 7 of 12. You have multiple runners. Braden Johnson-Baker, 2 runs with 1 yard total of rushing. Bodie Moffitt, 4 of 2. You have Hunter Velarde, who hasn't received a carry yet. Caden Rowan, like we mentioned, the leading rusher, 7 of 12. Braden Baker, 2 of 9. Joel Jubler, 2 of 6. You have... Again, I got to take, because I took stats on paper as well. That's how many players have been contributing tonight. Wes has 2 carries for 2 yards. You have Paxton Olitzhead, 2 of 3. That 6-yard sack does not help him right now on this rushing-wise. Landon Jones is the only person to have a reception tonight, 1 of 5. Tigers, no penalties in the contest so far, as the Bronx could put this game in the mercy rule with another score if the Tigers don't score before the Bronx. Tigers do receive the second half kick. They did defer into the second half as well. We will try to get some updates around the Fremont County side of things and hopefully get some volleyball scores. So with that, we'll step aside. We'll be right back right here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Get ready to explore Wyoming's stunning parks at Fremont Motors during the Open Road Sales Event. We're giving away a complimentary Wyoming State Parks pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come back by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the open road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton or shop online anytime at fremontmotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
See Allison at lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison. Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? You're the one that keeps help.
If you're looking for an upgrade to your vehicle, Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Rhoda Moore. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherland's for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement.
Back here on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, online at county10.com. We apologize for cutting that break short. We want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible tonight. Again, this is the Buckle Up for Life post-game show, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. Also want to thank Mama's Kitchen. The scenario Lander is able to come back. The Tigers win. We'll get you a buy one, get one free burger. And also draft beer for $2 as well. That's Mama's Kitchen, a proud supporter of LVHS Athletics. And why are we not having some things work? Again, this is week 0. We're also experiencing some technical difficulties on our side of things, so we are doing our best to make sure we are good to go for week 1 when Lander will be home against the Green River Wolves under our new head coach as well. Let's try to get this in there. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this broadcast and season possible. As there we go. Let's get that logo right there. Again, your halftime show brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. It's your score 42-0. Take a look at some other scores in volleyball. Lander right now unofficially down 2-0 against Sheridan. They're leading 2-0. 25-22 set 1, 26-24 set 2. Shoshone getting a 3-1 win in volleyball over Wind River. Wyoming Indian fell in 3 straight sets. Also, Wind River getting a 3-1 victory over Big Piney. Shoshone winning against Wyoming Indian 3-0 as well. Lander and Cody also going to match up in volleyball tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the auxiliary gym, as the Lander basketball gym getting worked on a little bit here, as we got about 3 minutes to go in our halftime show, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. So I'm trying to figure out why there was quarterback switches. There's a scenario where we might see all the quarterbacks in this ball game, as right now Paxton Hollinshead, Bodie Moffitt have come in to do the quarterback duties. We haven't seen Parker Burton or Finn McFadden yet for quarterbacks in the contest, so we'll see how that goes, and I believe that's the scenario we could see, because it didn't look like Moffitt was hurt or anything. But again, this is a week 0 contest for both these two teams, both of them getting their regular seasons started here soon. As trying to think where Cody is at in week 1, or excuse me, Aaron Riverton. I apologize, I didn't think about that just now. But again, your score 42-0. Tigers trying to get some offense going. I think that's what they got to do in the second half, just try to produce some offense somehow, some way. So let's see what the Tigers can do. We'll step aside. Second half coming up right here on the County 10 Sports Network. This has been your halftime show, brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
Redden, Kane & Associates. CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle and you is evident from your first visit to the last.
Gonna have to cut that short as we are getting set for the second half of action. Score right now is 42-0 in favor of the Bronx. We'll see how the second half gets started here for the Tigers. So are they going to put a quarterback, if there is going to be really changes again? This again, week 0, so they can see a lot of things. We've already seen Cody make a couple of changes. They had Ben Hogan at quarterback for a series so far, and we'll see what this second half looks like as we are getting set. They're getting the 2-minute warm-up here as well. So with that, we'll take one more timeout. We'll be right back.
Rehab's founding principle and you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander or DuBois and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
I'm John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824 West Main Street for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
At Eyes.
This broadcast is brought to you by Perfect Power, Porter's Mountain View Supply, Wyoming 4x4, Reddit and Kane Associates, Wyoming Catholic College, Myers Gambles, Bailey's Enterprise, Sutherland's, Baldwin Creek Rentals, State Farm Agent Justice Jacobs, Mama's Kitchen, Northside Auto Body Shop, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, Elevate Rehab, Edward Jones Financial Advisor John P. Shade, Fremont Chevy, Central Bank and Trust, and Eyes on Fremont.
Gonna get set here for the second half of action. KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, Lander, Wyoming. Wyatt Burichka bringing you week 0 action of Tigers football on the County 10 Sports Network. Right now trailing 42-0. We'll see how things go in this second half again. Week 0, we could see more. We can see other quarterbacks coming in. We haven't seen Parker Burton yet or Finn McFadden. So that was maybe a discussion that could possibly be happening. So we'll see how that goes. But also, it's just an opportunity for all these players to get kind of some live reps. That was something that Coach talked about is, you know, you can play against the scout team. They can do the best they can, but you got to get some actual action against somebody else other than yourselves. And that's exactly what this game is all about. And it all comes next week, Friday in Lander, where Green River will come to Fremont County at Bill Bush Stadium to take on the Tigers. That's a 6 p.m. kickoff. We'll have the call right here on YouTube and Facebook, as well as KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, as it's Johnson Baker at the returning spot as the deep man for the Tigers. We'll see who does the kickoff duties here for Cody. It looks like it's still going to be Jarrett Chrysler who will put it up on the tee at the 40 and get this second half going. You're seeing the Bronx put their helmets up. They do this every kickoff. New thing they have this year is that stripe on the back of their helmet, the white stripe as they call it. Talk to you more about that story as well, as this one's going to be put up. Little bouncer to Johnson Baker, who will get it at his own 10. Goes to the 15, tries to make it around the corner, and he'll be met at about the 16-yard line and get a 1st and 10 set up here for the for the Tigers, excuse me. So, question is what's this going to look like for the Tigers? As we get set, the Tigers again deferred into the second half. So that's why they are starting with the football here in the second half in this third quarter. So if I can get that stripe thing. It's a thing they have this year called Follow Me. As at quarterback will be Parker Burton. So it looks like they're just going to go ahead and kind of let everybody get some reps at different positions. As Velarde going to go in motion, Burton's going to hand this off, and I believe that was Rowan in the backfield. Let's see here. I believe that was Rowan, and yes, that was Rowan. Gets a carry of nothing, unfortunately. It sets up 2nd down and 10. Second and 10 at the 15. Where Johnson Baker returned it. Florida again in motion. Burton gonna looks like give it off again to. Oh, he's gonna keep. He had it kept as Burton will lose 2 on the carry. Sets up 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 from the 14. So actually, Rowan's carry was a loss of 1 unofficially. And we'll see if they will go to the air here. Only 5 attempts so far for the Tigers offensively. Get an offense that's kind of more of the running style. And Burton is going to lose the football, it looked like. And Bronx said they have it. And yeah, they got the football. Coming up with it was Moss. And that's another turnover by Lander Valley. And that puts the Bronx in a position where they still got a 1st and 10, but they're pretty much can score. On the far, they've been able to put a few possessions into the end zone, a couple of turnovers, but those were all in the first quarter, and Maddox Ball will come out as the quarterback for the Bronx. 1st and 10 from the 13. As Ball will take the snap, going to look to go to the air here. Here's McCarran, has 1 to beat, and he's in. Touchdown Bronx. And the rule is in effect. 48-0. Cody as taking advantage of turnovers for the Tigers. The Tigers had their 3rd turnover of the ball game, and that turnover coming to cost them. Cost them 6 right there. And the PAT will wait here. So clock will pretty much go from here on out. Looks like for the rest of this contest. As Moss will put up the point after, and it's good. Bronx up by 7 scores, 49-0. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police. But if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
You're tuned into Lander Valley Tigers football on the County 10 Sports Network.
The Bronx score 14 yards out on a 14-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Ball to Grady McCartan. And that is the first touchdown reception for McCartan. That's the 3rd touchdown for Maddox Ball in the air. This one's going to be put up into the air. Burton's going to receive it at the 12-yard line, go to the 20. And he will get it up to maybe the 29-yard line. And the Tigers will set up shop right there. Getting looks like a fumble, kind of a missed snap right there. Cost the Tigers 6. Cost the Tigers 7. And Parker Burton going to remain at quarterback. Again, this is going to be kind of Looks like a quarter thing. 4 quarterbacks on the depth chart for the Tigers. They're going to have, looks like they might have McFadden play the 4th quarter. We'll find out here as Burton will go under center for this 1st and 10 at the 30 as they'll officially put the football at the 30-yard line. Bryce Mason, the former Wolverine, as the receiver. This one going to be straight handoff to Braden Baker as he is going to get a nice carry for 7, and it'll put the Tigers at a 2nd and 3. Baker so far in the game, 3 carries, 16 yards on the ground, and they actually ruled out a 5-yard carry. Looks like Baker got a couple more, but they'll place the football at 35. Tigers will need to get to the 40 for a 1st down. This Baker will be the fullback. Got Velarde as a wing. You've got Johnson Baker out there as well. Velarde in motion. Here's a little give to Baker, and Baker is going to be met in the backfield for a loss of 2. And it sets up a 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. Let's see if the Tigers go to the air here on this 3rd down for Burton. 3rd and 7 at the 33 for Lander. 3 and outs or turnovers has been the case for the Tigers. 1 receiver out. It's Landon Jones. As Burton will give it off to Baker. Ball's out. The Bronx have it. If they say this is a fumble and the official says Bronx football, and they will, yep, they do. Bronx football, another turnover. Back-to-back possessions resulting in turnovers for the Tigers. It's a tough one here, and I think there's going to be a discussion about if Baker was down. If he is down, it's a 1st down on a 8-yard carry. And they're going to say Bronx football. And Cody recovers a fumble. Baker was the running back on the play and had the 1st down, but just lost it going to the ground. And Cody takes advantage. So Cody Bronx in Tiger territory at the 41. 1st and 10 for Maddox. Ball with 2 Bronx on the near side. As Ball looking to go to the air again. He'll give this one off to Jacob Ball, but it's going to be incomplete for 2nd down and 10. Jacob Ball having himself a pretty good game on the day. 5 receptions, 38 yards. There's a chance for him to get in the zone and get his first reception. Touchdown, unfortunately couldn't do so. And the Bronx have a 2nd and 10 at the 40. As the handoff going to be to the fullback, to the running back. I apologize, and it's going to be a false start on the Bronx. Take them back 5. That's the 3rd penalty for the Bronx. And that just pushes them back 5 to the 30, the 45. 2nd down and 15 to go. Bronx already going. Ball. Handoff up the middle, and the Bronx have room. This might go for 6 as Burton can't make the tackle, and he's in. Cody, another score for 6. This is a 45-yard carry to the end zone, courtesy of Luke Moulton. And the Bronx are just running it up on the Tigers. And now the point after. 6:18 to go in the 3rd. As you're here in the Cody student section, so we are right behind them. As Moss is waiting for the point after, and again, this is, see where the Tigers at as that point after is good. It makes it now 56-0 with 6:18 to go in this 3rd quarter. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Get ready to explore Wyoming's stunning parks at Fremont Motors during the Open Road Sales Event. We're giving away a complimentary Wyoming State Parks pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come backed by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the open road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton, or shop online anytime at fremontmotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
Back here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, online at county10.com as we get set for third quarter of football. We're in the third quarter, 6:18 to go. The Broncs put up another score courtesy of a 45-yard run from the Broncs as Johnson Baker gets this from his own 10, tries to make a move. Here's a nice return by the Tigers, and they'll get to the 30-yard line. Johnson Baker, good return there for Landers. He got that from the 10. So a return of 20 yards sets up the Tigers on the 1st and 10 here. So a couple of turnovers to start this third quarter. And again, if you're seeing why this clock is running right now, that's again, mercy rule has been put into effect. Unfortunately, right now I think the Tigers just really want to get a score on the board here. 5:40 to go into third. Parker Burton under center. There you go in this flex bone formation. As Velarde going to go in motion. Here's a little toss to him. This is his first opportunity as Velarde going to get into the secondary. That's a nice carry for about 16. First carry for Hunter Velarde. Puts him up for 16. It gives the Tigers a first down. Nice pitch right there. From Burton to Velarde. And gives the Tigers their biggest play of the game, actually. From the previous 11-yard carry from Bodie Moffitt. Burton under center again. This time, it's Moffitt in motion. He's going to get the carry. This one's going to be a carry of, to be about 3, maybe 2.5. And once again, we have the Tigers have multiple runners, so now we are going to the paper stat sheet for the Tigers now to tell you how many Tigers have ran today, as that was Barrett Moffitt for, they're going to officially rule it for 4 yards. As now it's 2nd and 6. Velarde again in motion. Here's the toss to the far side. Velarde comes upfield. He's got a first down. He having himself so far a couple of nice running plays as he's gets 9 on that carry. And puts the Tigers on the first down. This is so far best drive by the Tigers as Velarde will sub out here. Get a couple of new guys into the play here. First and 10 at the Bronx 40. Again, Tigers just looking for a score. Again, just be bunched up here. Here's a handoff up the middle. And it's going to be accounted for no gain. As that was Cody West on the carry for no yardage, and it sets up 2nd and 10 at the Bronx 40. 3:06 and counting in the third. Couple of big run plays as put the Tigers kind of in a hole here on these last couple on that last play. 2nd and 10. Burton again under center. As Burton going to go in the air now, take it himself, and going to lose a yard. And it'll set up 3rd and 11 for the Tigers. 2:30 and counting, and A drive that had a promising start. It's kind of been stopped at the moment. And then we'll say a loss of one officially for Burton. As right now getting the call and bringing it in is Django Ferguson. He'll come in for Moffitt, and 3rd and 11. Receiver on the far side is Django Ferguson, as Parker Burton looked like kind of a miscommunication between him and Cody West on the exchange. Not sure if it was an option play or a straight handoff. It took a moment, though, to kind of give the ball off, and it's another gain of, actually that one might be a gain of 1. And it's 4th and 10 now, and it looks like Tigers are going to go for this, and they'll go from the gun. Yep, Tigers will go for it. 4th down and 10 at the Bronx 40. Burton drops back. Here's a nice throw, but it's a little too much juice on the pass. This is an interception for the Cody Bronx. That's Jerome Beardall with the interception, and that will be turnover number 4 for the Tigers. So either way, it was going to be a turnover, it looked like, on downs, or in this case, an interception for Cody. We are under 40 seconds to go. And the Bronx will start at the 10. Arguably, probably their worst field position-wise of the day so far, but either way, the Bronx have really capitalized on turnovers. They have at least scored on all the turnovers so far. This will probably be the final play of the quarter. 15 on the clock, 15 seconds to be exact, as it will be Ben Hogan in the gun. And this will be the final play. Here's the snap, handoff, going right up the middle, and that is Owen Peterson, who gets a gain of 15 on the carry. And that will put the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bronx get an interception and then put 15 yards on it, and we'll send it to the 4th quarter. We'll step aside. We'll give you the final 12 minutes of this ball game right after this.
Did you see Allison at lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison. Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? You're the one that needs help.
If you're looking for an upgrade to your vehicle, Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Rhoda Moore. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4, or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be alerted every time a new video or game is on County 10's YouTube page.
And for all who have tuned in tonight, we can't thank you enough. Bronx have a 56-0 lead over the Tigers, as Hogan will hand this off on the first play to Owen Monfelt. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Another back for the Bronx, and he's going to get 6 on the carry. It'll set up 2nd down. Hogan on a bad snap just falls on it, and that's going to be a loss of 9, maybe 10. They're going to say a loss of 10 on the play right there. Bronx immediately getting to the line. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. Hogan, play action. We'll have that throw and just throw it away. The Tigers cause a 3 and out against the Bronx. So first, if I'm not mistaken, it's either the first or second 3 and out that Cody has seen today. I believe it might be the first, if I'm not mistaken. Go back on that in just a moment, check. But it will be all the punted away here. So it'll be McFadden. That's going to get into the end zone, and that's just going to be batted out. Maxwell going to take the safe route, and we'll put it back. And so the Tigers won't score offensively yet, but we'll put 2 on the board, courtesy of a safety. It's not on the scoreboard yet, but it should be 2 points for the Tigers as ball will head out, and there it is. The call's been made, and that is a safety. So the Tigers finally get a score on the board. Probably not the way offensively you hope, but we had to fix our clock right there. But there we go. Tigers on the board. So the shutout is gone for Lander, or for the Bronx, excuse me. And the Tigers will get a punt in just a moment as the two teams are lining up. Let's give a big thanks to our sponsors.
This broadcast is brought to you by Perfect Power, Porter's Mountain View Supply, Wyoming 4x4, Redden and Kane Associates, Wyoming Catholic College, Myers Gambles, Bailey's Enterprise, Sutherland's, Baldwin Creek Rentals, State Farm Agent Justice Jacobs, Mama's Kitchen, Northside Auto Body Shop, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, Elevate Rehab, Edward Jones Financial Advisor John P. Shade, Fremont Chevy, Central Bank and Trust, and Eyes on Fremont.
Back here on KOVE 1330 AM 1077 FM, streaming online on the County 10 Sports Network, YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you subscribe or follow our Facebook or YouTube page. Catch Lander football all season long on the County 10 Sports Network. If you're on the road, obviously don't watch the game. Make sure you're on the radio wave KOVE, as Maddox ball will punt it away from the 20. Then McFadden will be the D-man, as is going to be caught. It was real fair catch as Baker was the one to receive it. He gets wrapped immediately, but looks like fair call was made, and it will start the Tiger offense at the, looks to be maybe 47 or 48, I believe the 48, and let's see what this offensive look's going to look like. Offensive line has been pretty much the same, and I believe Burton's going to get another series, or maybe just play this one out, as we got an exchange of footballs. We're waiting for the, looks like the Tiger football here, and clock is rolling right now. Nothing has transpired. It's not a football on the field, and this is just taking some time off the clock, and finally the football comes in. And still having conversations again. The clock has finally stopped at 9:02. Officials are discussing right in the middle of your screen. I'm not sure exactly what about. Jim Burton is on the field. He's next to the sideline official, as you see, kind of in the back of the background. And let's see if anything transpires out of this. They're pointing it to like it's Lander football. It was Lander football either way. I don't know. I mean, you could have maybe looked at a potential horse collar with the kind of the tackle coming from around the neck, but I didn't really see anything much to have a flag thrown out there. Burton under center. He's going to take it himself. Doesn't pitch, and will get maybe 4 on the first play of the drive. And it sets up 2nd and 6. 8:28 rolling on the clock. Again, it's going to go from here on out. And we're going to have substitution is Tigers will look to next week. So they take on the Wolves of Green River at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander. We'll be on the call right here on the County 10 Sports Network. As Burton's going to send Moffitt in motion. Burton's going to just take it himself again, and looks like right now the quarterback keeper has been paying off, as that's another gain of 4, and it sets up 3rd and 2. Couple of carries from Burton has paid off. And now can the Tigers get a first down here? 3rd and 2 at the Bronx 44. Got West in the backfield. Burton again under center. Everybody all bunched up together. Burton going to take it for the pitch. Here's the pitch. As it's Velarde, or not Velarde, excuse me, I apologize. That is Sawyer Nonkazel on his first carry, and he will get a first down for the Tigers. Let's take a look at your Gambles replay. And a nice pitch, a nice recognition there by Burton to give it off there. It'll be a gain of 5, first down for the Tigers at the Bronx 35. Again, a big thanks to all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible and these broadcasts this season. Clock sits at 6:35 as Burton's going to go ahead and keep it for himself for a gain of 4. As Burton kind of taking the majority of these runs so far, is that's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. As we're going to get kind of just let the young guys play here. Some of the young guys are getting in here as you're seeing Nonkazel, a sophomore, getting Barry Moffitt, also a sophomore. You got quite a few sophomores here as Burton keeps it himself, tries to get to the outside, and the Tigers' best drive right now is putting them the closest to the end zone as they probably have been. And it's a first down after a carry of 7 for Burton. Unofficially, they will say yes, first down Tigers at the 16. Best opportunity for the Tigers offensively to maybe put 6 on the board. Again, their only score comes from a safety on a bad snap on a punt. Max Ball just kind of batted it out. Once you get everybody together in that flex bone formation, Moffitt with the toss, getting the toss, and he's going to lose 5. No, make that. Yeah, loss of 5 on the play. And it sets up 2nd and 15. Again, Tigers get so far this half, a couple of nice plays, and then the drive kind of gets halted. As Hollenstad going to come and bring the play in for Burton. 4:30 to go. Cody 56, Lander 2. As Burton looks to pass, and a group of Bronx were just right there. That basically it was a open door on the offensive line for the Tigers, and that's another loss of yardage. Make that now a loss of 7. It's a 3rd and a mile for the Tigers. Make that 3rd and 22 at the Bronx 29. We'll see if the Tigers elect to go in the air. We're missing somebody on the field right there. Tigers are about to run a play with 10. As Burton with Nakazel in motion, keeps it himself, 3rd and 22. They're not going to get the first as Burton kept it himself. He'll make up maybe 9 of those yards back as it will be 4th and 12. And let's see if they elect to go for it on 4th down or make it a field goal as Burton does come off. Or no, Burton doesn't come off, but Hollinshead comes back as quarterback in the gun. 1 receiver each side. Hollinshead, snap, throw is not caught as Barrett Moffitt had it in his hands and unfortunately just basically bounces in his hands and off his hands. And that will be a turnover for the Tigers on a 4-and-out. And that could possibly have been just the final chance that the Tigers have been able to have to put 6 on the board or get in the end zone or get something that comes offensively. Again, make sure you stick around for the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Proud sponsor of LVHS Athletics. Full-service tires and auto shops are located at 755 South Federal in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. The Bronx will bring in a new quarterback in this series. That will be Landon Schultz, the sophomore, as he will be a quarterback keeper for maybe 7. They're going to say actually a gain of 9. Once again, another Bronx contributing in the run game. They're going to say that's a 1st down, so it is a gain of 10. 1st and 10 at the 30. Handoff up the middle, and this is a good carry as that's going to be another 1st down of Owen Monthel, who gets a gain of what appears to be, looks like 19 unofficially. Yeah, 19 is there at the Bronx 49 now. Sets up 1st and 10. 63 seconds to play. Get in the gun. As that's going to be another handoff right there to Monfeld as he's going to get another good carry. Making a gain of 12, maybe 13. Unofficially a 12-yard carry. And this could potentially be the final play of the ball game here with 35 to go. Got a lot of young guys getting a chance here. As this is going to be a scramble for yardage and another run, another scramble for more yardage. Make that now a 16-yard carry for Landon Schultz. And that will just about wrap it up here for this ball game. The Cody Bronx 56, Lander 2. We'll step aside. Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show coming up here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
Redden, Kane and Associates. CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, Dubois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
I'm John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824 West Main Street for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police. But if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
Myers Gamble.
This is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on the County 10 Sports Network.
Tough one here for Lander offensively. Your final 56-2 as the Tigers drop their week 0 contest. Their only score comes off of a bad snap on a 4th down punt for Cody. Max Ball just batted it back into the out of bounds of the end of the end zone for the 2 points for Lander. And a tough one for the Tigers offensively. They really didn't get anything going. A total of 88 yards offensively happened today as Parker Burton got 30 yards of rushing in the contest, led the way for the Tigers. Hunter Velarde had a couple of nice carries. He's going to be our Justice Jacobs State Farm player of the game as he had a couple of nice carries in his opportunities. He had Moffitt passing wise 0 of 3 for an interception. Hollinshead had the only completion, 1 completion for 5 yards as Landon Jones was the one who got the reception in that one. Johnson Baker 2 carries, 1 rush for 1 yard. Bodie Moffitt 4 carries for 2 yards. Again, Hunter Velarde, player of the game, 2 for 25. Caden Rowan, 8 of 11. Braden Baker, 4 of 12. Joel Juber, 2 of 6. And you had a bunch of players who contributed offensively. We are hoping to get a player, we're hoping to get Jim Burton up here and kind of reflect on this game, kind of get the immediate thoughts on this one. And again, when you're taking on a team like Cody, who offensively is going to just be nonstop, they're just going to go. And defensively, they kind of just were ready for that flex bone offense. And, the Tigers, again, this was week 0, so everybody pretty much got an opportunity to play offensively, as you're seeing kind of in that back of the background right there is Jim Burton addressing the team. And hopefully, again, we get the chance to talk with him and just kind of reflect on this game in particular. But again, Cody Bronx are the runner-ups. They're looking for another opportunity at a state title, and they kind of showed it tonight with a 56-2 victory. As looks like we are going to see Jim Burton come up into the press box and give us a little chat right here. Let's talk about the Bronx, though. Officially, 485 yards of total offense. Max Ball is 16 of 22 for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. Ben Hogan went 1 of 2 for 8 yards as well. And Jim Burton making his way up here to chat with us. Let's give you guys a rundown of the rushing stats. As again, big performance from the senior Luke Moulton, who had 5 carries for 38 yards. That was receptions. I apologize. 7 carries for 95 yards, led the way rushing for the Cody Bronx. So with Jim Burton making his way, I want to make sure we get a break in before we do that interview, so we'll step aside. We'll be right back.
Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Get ready to explore Wyoming's stunning parks at Fremont Motors during the Open Road Sales Event. We're giving away a complimentary Wyoming State Parks pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come backed by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the open road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton, or shop online anytime at FremontMotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
We continue our Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on the County 10 Sports Network.
Final from Cody, 56-2. Unfortunately for the Tigers, fall in week 0. I'm here with head coach Jim Burton of the Lander Tigers. And, Coach, the first thing that comes to my mind is just offensively, it didn't seem like things clicked tonight.
Yeah, and then that's the problem, too, when you haven't picked a number 1 quarterback coming in and you're giving everybody reps, so that makes it rough. Rolling a lot of young kids. So that's it. That happens, and we got to learn. Well,
and, we kind of talked about this kind of before the game, too. I mean, it's a week 0 game. I mean, it looked like everybody was going to get opportunities when you had Moffitt come out. Everybody got opportunity at quarterback. You let Parker Burton kind of go that second half just because, I'm assuming because of the clock.
Yeah.
It was just continuous, but kind of evaluate maybe the quarterback position since you let all of them play today.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's kind of like practice. They all did good things and they all did bad things. You put them in positions that they can be successful and hope it works out. Trying to capitalize on their strengths, and we obviously didn't pull that off. As we evaluate those quarterbacks, we're going to break down the film. See exactly. We can guess while we're watching live. What's the read, what's not a read. But once we break it down on film, we get a good look at who's going to be number one next week.
Well, and Coach, you're taking on a team who has championship aspirations. They've been to state titles. They have won state titles. They were there last year. But just kind of overall, what were some of the positives that you saw in this game?
Again, the kids came out and fought. We're gaining positive yards. Defense is making plays early. Conditioning obviously is not where it should be at this point in the season. It's week 0, so that's an issue, right? But I didn't see any give up. I didn't see hanging heads. Kids are trying to get in. Kids are trying to figure, hey, where do I fit? But the effort is there, so that's something to build on.
I thought, you guys had so many players run the ball tonight. I had to go to a paper stat sheet.
Yeah.
This offense, you guys were letting everybody kind of contribute in a running wise. I thought Hunter Velarde, when he got his opportunities, really capitalized.
And that's the thing about this offense is even if you just ran with the 4 guys, that's 4 guys running the ball, the quarterback, A-backs, B-back. But when we were rolling guys to give them a look, a lot of guys are going to touch the ball. And that's really this offense. We spread it around, and it's not – you talk about a spread offense, and it's – they got 10 receivers catching the ball. I probably had 12 guys run the ball.
Yeah, you had
at least
quite a few. I think I had 12.
That's a little different philosophy, but we're going to spread the ball around just a little different way, get guys touches. Again, we're seeing who is going to make a play when they get a chance.
I thought, I had to go punting, and Juber, I thought, had a great punting performance. He got one inside the 20, I think one inside the 10, if I'm not mistaken. Just what about special teams? What was something that you saw there that was positive?
Really, special teams are, our one kickoff, we actually, that was pretty decent. Our punt team did some good things. Special team, we block a PAT. We force an overhead snap. We do some things on special teams and on defense that are looking pretty good. Again, offense has got to catch up.
Now you kind of just got to put it together for next week. You take on Green River. What are maybe some things, just initial thoughts? We'll obviously talk a little bit more about this game next week, but kind of just some things that you noticed tonight that you want to work on next week before Green River.
Big thing, obviously we've got to shore up the middle. Historically, Green River is a team that likes to run the middle. I don't know, new coach, new system, and you're going to see this film and say, hey, middle's open, right? And then on offense, they're like, okay, well, if we stop the dive, what are they going to do? And so hopefully we've shown them enough that they're going to have to adjust to all phases of the option. But we've just got to make those reads faster. And again, this is, these guys are running 5 plays in under a minute.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and you've got, kids playing both ways and special teams. I think Jubber, I don't think we were joking. We're running through special teams right before the game, and we tell the kids to step out, and Jubber just stayed out, And so he's doing a lot. All the Moffats are doing quite a bit, and then we've got linebackers, Rowan, West, those guys, Phillips, they are running in and out. The O-line is the D-line, and so those guys are taking a ton of reps, and so that, for us, the key is going to be conditioning, because we have to do that.
Yeah, you have multiple players that are playing both sides of the ball, and that's just, depth-wise of how much you guys have, but also numbers-wise. I think you noticed, too, just Cody's substitutions. They got a ton of guys that could just throw at you, and it's kind of a blink of an eye. Like you said, 5 plays in under a minute.
We had a little bit of a running joke there when we were shaking hands at the end. They had more coaches than we had players. So yeah, it's a program thing, and they've built a great program here, and that's what comes with it, and that's where we've got to aspire to reach to.
Perfect, Coach. Is there anything I left out? I know you're gonna gotta get on the road for the road trip back, but anything I left out? Anything you want to add?
No, I just want to thank the fans that drove up, thank the people listen and watch, and just hang with us, and we're going to go to work, and we're going to fix some things. Really want to thank my family, my wife especially. She drives up and supports me, and I love her very much. And I know coaches' wives, this time of year, they don't see us a lot, so I'm going to get that out there early. Thank you, Alicia, and love you, and go Tigers.
Yep, go Tigers. Well, Jim, appreciate your time. Head coach Jim Burton. We'll wrap things up on the broadcast, and we'll be back right after this.
Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Wrapping up the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I appreciate Jim Burton, head coach of the Tigers, coming up and kind of reflecting on that game. That's obviously the initial thoughts, and we'll talk about more of that in our pregame interview next week. Next week, it's the Tigers hosting the Green River Wolves. The Tigers are going to have 2 straight games at home starting next Friday against the Wolves. Kickoff at 6 p.m. We'll have the call right here on the County 10 Sports Network. If you tuned in a little bit earlier, we played our podcast. That will also air next week as well. I want to give a big shout out to Haley, who was our camera operator tonight, kind of stepping in last minute. I can't thank her enough for helping us provide this feed for you guys. I appreciate all the fans who came out, and like I said, Jim mentioned it too, all the fans who came out and supported the Tigers tonight, who drove up. I thank the fans who tuned into our broadcast of LVHS Sports, and with that, we are going to sign off. We're going to give a big thanks to all of our sponsors one final time, and we'll send it to the radio station if you're on the radio.
This broadcast is brought to you by Perfect Power, Porter's Mountain View Supply, Wyoming 4x4, Redden and Kane Associates, Wyoming Catholic College, Myers Gambles, Bailey's Enterprise, Sutherland's, Baldwin Creek Rentals, State Farm Agent Justice Jacobs, Mama's Kitchen, Northside Auto Body Shop, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, Elevate Rehab, Edward Jones Financial Advisor John P. Shade, Fremont Chevy, Central Bank and Trust, and Eyes on Fremont.